The theater world is one made of masks. Physical, emotional, metaphorical. And Dungeons & Dragons has always shared this theme to an even greater extent, where players become and take on the mask of a character who themselves may also wear a mask. 6 players find themselves dragged into the world of Acera, a place where might meets magic and lore can become reality. Join Andrew Wilmore, Will Acton, Anthony Anderson, Jack Reuther, Nathan Dennison, David Nika, and the Dungeon Master Wes Bridges as they traverse this world. Welcome to Adventures Till the Curtain Calls. All right, welcome back to Adventures Till the Curtain Calls. Sorry for that little hiatus. It's my fault. It's Wes's fault. I had a show I had to do. It was great. If you missed it, it sucks for you.
You said it, not us.
I did say it. It's my fault. So where we're going to pick up is the party had gotten back to Elith Koli, the ancient elven city where Lehndrys the Quiet had originally sent them on their way for their quest. They returned the package, which turned out to be the dragon egg of Lehndrys, to her, and Lehndrys herself being a dragon. The party found out that Lehndrys is still trapped in the bowels of the city due to whatever magics were used at the time by her elven captors. With some spelunking, the party found that there are kind of these more or less control crystals that are keeping her bound where she is. O'Darren successfully disarmed one. You all went on to find 4 more, and upon which trying to disarm them the same way did not work. You explored the map like typical video game completionists that you are.
Yeah.
And in the process, again, of trying to undo these control crystals or whatever, you came into conflict with a gem stalker and a crew tick who... They did a pretty decent number on you guys. You guys prevailed, obviously. In the center of the cave system, there was this massive crystal. I hate to say it's just a crystal because it is literally built into.
It's like a power source, right?
The cavern.
That's what you're saying.
More, yes and no, but came alive. Whenever you guys got within about 15 to 10 feet of it, it was able to actually reach out and hit you. So your guys' way around that, stand 20 feet away and it can't hit us.
Or go underground.
Yeah, or go underground, unleashing ghoulish warlocks, apparently.
Phineas?
Yep, Phineas.
That's a name.
And he actually guided you back to this one room that you guys had passed through thinking it was a trap. Upon actually... quote unquote springing the trap, find it was actually a false trap in order to open this hidden away little area. And that's actually where we're picking up. So I believe O'Darren said he was the first one to walk in, but I do want to make note that as weight does shift and leave and everything, the cavern wall does come back and close itself. So you guys do kind of have to maintain that weight.
I think we were talking about that before we ended.
Yeah. Because it was a fair enough assessment. There looked like there was a boulder that could drop above it. It was a fair assessment. It just looked like it was a nice little trick. Which what better way to disguise something hidden than make it look like it is a trap itself. So you walk into this small, dim, yellow lit room. Well, I say dim. It's about. What do I have there? About 40 by 40? No, I don't. It's about 20 by 25.
Yeah.
That's significantly smaller. There you see this rather comfortable space actually amongst all these caverns. There's a roll top desk, shelves with many books, a table with arcane sigils inscribed upon it. And in the bed, there is a skeleton laying peacefully, just kind of arms, interlaced, sitting on the stomach. adorned with fine clothing, that while it has some wear and tear, doesn't look like it has the typical decay. Um, Kind of two assumptions there. Either this room has been sealed off immaculately well for however long this person's been in there, or there's something special about the clothes. One of two.
Is the skeleton at least similar to these other skeletons, like in terms of like size and things like that, like the ones that we saw like like hiding in holes and things like that? Is it similar in terms of like size and everything?
It's actually going to be closer in height to Ren or to Banner.
Oh, okay.
And actually, how tall are you as well, Darren?
A little over 6 foot.
You're all kind of living around the same height. It's about the same length as one of them.
Okay.
I
I didn't know if it was like different, standing out like than the others.
So when I walk into this room, I think my initial goal is to try and find some sort of switch or something to lower that rock. So I'm going to kind of paying attention to the skeleton because I don't trust things right now.
the necromancer doesn't trust a skeleton.
Well, hold on a second.
There is a
Hold
reason.
on. Because I wonder if does the air smell stale?
Good question. So it
Or-
does a little bit. Like
a banner over
it,
here.
it's one of those that you know when it's winter in your house and it's chilly in a part of a room just because there's the smallest crack in a door or a windowsill and there's just enough air to get through. It's musty, but it's not 100% like, because you'd have to assume that if you walk into a room with a dead body, that room would be foul if it was completely sealed off.
True.
It smells bad, but it's not terrible. So there's probably some nook or cranny for fresh air to get through over time.
Okay.
If that answers your question.
Guess I want to try.
Yeah.
I want to try and investigate the body.
Okay, so I'm gonna give me a moment on that, O'Darren. Go ahead and give me an investigation check on the body.
Math. 13.
Math. 13.
13.
Okay. I mean the body itself, from what you're able to observe, isn't trapped or anything. It literally looks like this person laid down and they just went to sleep and did not wake back up.
Okay.
The clothing is very fine. Majority primarily green with some gold kind of filigree around the cuffs, around what would be the lapel. I guess if I had to put it like this, think of Falmore clothing from Skyrim and just make it green and gold instead of black and gold.
How did I immediately imagine that?
Yeah.
Well, I watched,
here, just move on.
I watched a
Son
fan
of a
theory
gun.
today, and that's what popped up was something about the Falmore, so that's why it's in my head. But you do see that in its mouth, actually. And you only know this because it is now a skeleton. There are crevices you can see into. You're able to see parchment folded in his mouth.
Okay. I guess I'm going to reach for that.
Okay. You go and touch the jaw, and the jaw just kind of dissolves into dust. It Thanos the bottom, the jaw.
Doesn't feel so good.
And yeah, it's a folded piece of paper. And what languages do you read?
That's a good question. Common, goblin, halfling. Those languages.
Those are great languages, none of which are applicable here, but they're good languages. You read it. It looks like it has bite marks on it, like those punctures, but it just wasn't enough to tear through it. I'm gonna say with that kind of investigation check. But yeah, aside from the clothing and the paper in its mouth, nothing else on the body. Maybe a lingering hair or two existing on the skull, but
Gross.
yeah, I would say it would fall off at the moment you even touched a body. It was literally hanging on by a hair.
Yeah.
Well, Darren, you read Sylvan, don't you?
I do.
Is it written in Sylvan?
I don't know. Hey,
Let's take a look.
I hand him the note.
So there are 6 words in Elven on here. Pretty basic words. Freedom, unleash, liberate, release, absolve, Draco.
Is that like the Crystal Order or something?
The Dark Crystal, yes. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Shit.
This dude had a thesaurus in his mouth.
So
that was his spell book wasn't an arcane thing. It was a thesaurus.
Yeah.
And he was just saying crap in Elven, just confuse
I
people.
bet.
Be like, oh, he's
Hey,
got to be an
Seven.
archmage.
I bet he didn't believe the person when they told him to eat his words.
So freedom, unleash, liberate, release, absolve, Draco.
Malfoy.
You just hear Potter.
I was gonna say.
Big cheeks.
What?
I'm missing one.
Uh-oh.
Freedom,
Freedom, release, unleash, absolve, Draco, and
liberate.
Yeah, liberate.
But you said you were looking around for a switch.
yes.
I mean, aside from there is kind of an enchanting kind of arcane table. Everything else kind of looks like a standard home office.
Okay, let's go look at the table.
Okay.
Checking out the table.
Yeah.
So, as you, we'll get to that books. We'll get to that in a moment. As you step up to the table, about 2 steps up, it seems to like hum and glow to life. It doesn't do anything fantastical or anything other than just sensing the presence and awareness of magic. It more or less, powers itself on.
Can I enchant a bunch of daggers and then sell them?
How much time you got?
We're on a Skyrim kick, so I'm just... What?
That's okay. You're not gonna make like a dagger in like 2 seconds here. A dagger's gonna take hours.
It's going to take a while, yeah. No, for sure.
What happened to Felix? Oh, we just left him in a cave.
Just made daggers. That's all he's doing now. Felix's daggers.
Is there anything written on the table?
You
Is there
do.
anything?
You see symbols around them. Some of them are familiar because they are elven in nature. Some of them are characters similar to that in your book. From what because you have gotten your kind of codex on how to read, more or less, this table looks like it was forged with the intention that any high enough level enchanter or magic user that is able to utilize magic using those kind of runes or things, as well as anyone elven. So kind of being specific about who can use this table. That's what you're able to get from that. You're really not seeing any other iconography, any characters, anything like that of any other race. So you don't see anything looking more blockish like dwarven, anything more brusque like orc or anything like that. But you do see kind of every other character is either Sylvan or of this ancient language that you have recently learned.
Hmm.
But
I'm gonna touch it.
okay.
The
Are you just touching the table or
the voice in the
yeah,
back
you
of
just
his
touch the
head
table
just
and nothing happens.
Another hand
Okay.
touches the beacon.
Didn't we
What
learn
we'll
last
say is that as
episode
you're pulling
to
it,
not touch glowing things?
what we'll say is that as you're pulling your hand away, though, when you do touch, we'll say you hit a character, that character then lights up. And then after a time of nothing, it just fades back to the normal.
Oh, hey,
standard.
so why don't you just touch him in the order that was on the list in the guy's mouth? Or if they match. I don't know if they do or not, but that's what I would say.
Okay.
I'll spell out.
It's like a Ouija board.
I mean, that's not really great, though.
Okay, side note, I saw a TikTok and someone's like, oh, you like Mario Party, huh? And they drew an L in front of it, and then like a guy dressed as Luigi appeared. It was a Luigi board. Anyway, dad jokes for days. I take a D8 of mental. Yep, 4.
Instead of a little
We know how to
triangle,
kill the
you-
DM now.
Instead of a little triangle, you can just take kind of like a handle with like a little like rubber bit at the end, and it's a squeegee board.
We're here for this.
Anyway.
Sorry about that. That was my fault. I own that.
So I'm gonna try and spell out one of these words
Okay.
on the table using the symbols.
Okay. So when it comes to spellcrafting, magic weaving, just as you know it now, you imbue either intention, thought, emotion, a desired result, or something while doing that. you try and input these words, but it's almost like some of them are starting to form something and then it just fizzles out. Some of them don't even start to do anything. You just start hitting them. It doesn't. It kind of makes itself clear that the two aren't mutually exclusive to one another. The list and this table.
So remember, one of the crystals you did write one of the words on, and it powered down. The others did not. So maybe it was just the wrong word.
I'm guessing those are the words to release.
Yes, the different crystals around. I can't remember which one you turned off, though.
He would have turned off the one that was nearest to Lehndrys in the cavern
Right.
before this.
And you recall the word.
Pretty certain I wrote release.
Yes.
Correct.
That takes that word out.
I think go to the crystals and try writing the different words on them. Although absolve, is that healing?
I think it's more like forgiveness for
Yeah.
past transgressions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Lendris was a bit of a war criminal, you know.
Depending on who you ask, yeah.
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 Isn't that all of history?
You're either on the right
I am a
side,
war
you're
criminal
on the
when
wrong
it comes
side
to
of history,
Halo.
or
Yeah.
you're a part of history.
Before we do that, I would say we want to explore the room in case something starts collapsing when everything's.
Yeah.
Sure. So
what I would
speaking-
say.
we'll say that while you're doing that, Eldon went to the bookshelves.
He went to the
correct? Or you
reading
just started
nook.
searching around there.
Just looking at the spine, seeing if anything sticks out.
So none of them are intrinsically labeled. It might be that this was this guy's private library, so why would he have to label them?
That's true.
He's
well,
trying to
why
hide.
don't you go ahead and give me an investigation check?
Okay.
I'm gonna lay a piece of paper that says "timeless" on the enchantment board, so now it's a BG board.
That is a.
Their album was
Oh,
called
man, is that
"Timeless."
two,
Deep cut.
5.
5. So I mean, you're pulling up books, and most of it. Do you read, Elvin?
I don't know.
It's all written in about the same.
Papers have like romance novel vibe to them.
Right.
A tall half orc embracing a dwarvish woman with like a
Yeah.
big breaking wave behind them, and he has long flowing
Long,
hair.
flowing black greasy hair.
There is a
Fabio for
book
some
about a
reason is there.
vampire and a human, and it's called Almost Dusk.
Oh,
We find one that has 7 on it, and we're just like, what?
that was my previous life.
That's what he was made for. Was romance.
There's a
novel
book that says
covers.
"Everybody poops but you," and it's a picture of 7. But
Made for
So you
poor
don't
man.
poop.
There's a fetish romance novel called
oh my
Pure Love.
gosh. So
Shin-shi.
you are kind of thumbing through the books, and all of them are pretty much written in the same script. There are, I'll say every now and again, there's a book that has characters that don't match for a single word, but not like entire volumes. It's pretty much all written in the same language, but not anything that you recognize. I will say, I meant to say with the enchantment table, because of that roll, you actually find there's like a kind of a shelving unit underneath. You see a bunch of components. You don't know how good they still are, because some of them are more biological in nature.
Gross.
But there are some like just various kind of bags of what looks like stuff that somebody would use if they were to compose things. Eyes of a newt.
Can I pull out some of those components?
Sure. You'll find like some small little gems in some. You can find some various stones or whatnot, dust of different colors in different bags. Yeah, just kind of stuff like that. And there's some that if they were biological at one point or another, they've decayed. And it's just kind of become sludge or it's melded with the leather bag.
Can I like do an Arcana check to see if I might know like if these are normal components to something?
Sure, you could. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me an
I didn't
Arcana.
know.
Yeah.
Jeez. 12.
I mean, some of them look familiar to you. Some of them look like components that you. I mean, like there's silk that's still intact. Some of these gems are quartz, little bits of emerald. One bag is more. It looks like it's diamond dust. Can't really get an adjustment on how much it is right now. You don't necessarily have a scale on.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
not in just terms for cost, but just like if there was anything that was like important,
Yeah.
basically.
There's some that you don't recognize. Just some dust of different colors, but that could just mean maybe it was a stone that was ground up, or in a manner that you're not 100% familiar with, or something like that. But yeah, there's plenty of stuff here that you would say, yeah, this is stuff that I think you could use to use spells or whatnot.
Cool. Okay. I mean, does anybody else speak Elvish?
Nope.
Well, this is a worthwhile endeavor.
All
I
right.
think that's just a me thing.
You can speak celestial.
What about the robe? It doesn't appear to have decayed.
Yeah, I know. It's probably something funky with it. I mean, I can identify if that's
I would try.
what we want to do. I guess while they're working, then I'm gonna try and identify it.
Okay.
If it is even magic, I should say.
So it's it's basically a wizard's like a robe +1 protection.
Oh, cool.
Just grants +1 to AC. And that's if you're not wearing any other armor.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's for the squishiest of the squishies.
I mean, I guess we'll fold it
Do
up.
we have any squishies?
I might be a
I
little
think we
squishy.
do.
You might be a little squishy, like
Might want to shake
like
that
no
out.
armor squishy.
Like no armor. Squishy.
Hey, look, this is perfect in your size.
Actually, no, Banner makes a great point. That might need to be dry cleaned first. There was a person rotting.
Oh, hey, no,
bone.
look. I just shake it off a couple times
Yeah,
and blow
so-
the human bone or elvish bone dust off it. Look, it's
I
perfect.
recognize
It's
that
perfect.
I do some
So-
pretty gross things with fingernails, but doesn't mean that everybody else needs to adopt this, I don't know, vagabond lifestyle that I am presumed to live.
I agree
I mean, you
that
could
it's
just wear it.
probably disgusting, but I can do this, and I cast prestidigitation.
Hey!
I was
So
to
yes,
clean it.
you've
The
removed
magic-
the dead elf from it. Congratulations.
I'll
Some
say I
people
beat it
use
a
it to
couple
dry
times.
clean their
I got a
clothes. We
majority
just
of it
remove-
off, and he just magicked it.
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
There you go.
So I'll.
So before
Take
we
these
start, the
robes.
advantage probably gonna be with respect. Let's try to as carefully as we can take the robe.
Oh, I
out.
pulled it off like it was one of those table tricks where I was like, and just the bones just.
Give me a performance check.
Heck yeah! Guess what, guys? I'm a flat 0. Let's go.
One.
That is a 12.
Okay, so it's actually pretty good.
I like
it's not
line
bad.
it up, and I'm like measuring. I'm like,
It looks pretty good, except like 1 foot came with it. So like
That's-
you do it and you pull it away and hear crash just behind you as the foot shatters.
I go, ta-da!
And I also need to ask, who's all in this room again?
Darren, me,
Me.
basically everyone but Seven and
Yeah,
Beakley.
I don't know if I could have fit through that.
Yeah, I thought you were sitting on
I
the.
think
I thought you
you're
were
just
sitting on the
sitting
block,
on a-
keeping
Yeah.
the door open.
I didn't want to
Just
trap
wanna make
anybody
sure.
inside there either. So
Nice try.
I've lived alone for centuries. It's your turn.
I'm Banner's gonna go get the foot and carefully, probably.
I hope it falls apart in your
piece of
hands.
parchment
Yeah,
or
what tiny
something,
bone spurs,
Sweep
yeah.
it onto, carry it back.
Yeah, you probably get a metatarsal or so, and you bring it back. And
I'll
you
find what I can.
Yeah, I mean, and realistically, he did perform the table trick with the body, but it's
Not with
still
the body, with the
clothing that's on
with
the
the
body.
clothing.
So the
There's
body,
also a cloud of dust in the
there
room
is a
now
cloud
that
of
we're all-
dust. Yeah, yeah. Press to
Breathing in
digitate
elf.
an elf out of your lungs.
I'm gonna turn to everyone. I'm gonna be like, "Dark. I think I have an idea for this table, but we should probably try these words first."
please and thank you.
Mm.
And I'm immediately just gonna head right out of the room.
Wait. Okay.
I still say far end of the cavern first.
What's there? What's
Well, because in case the last one we power off, it doesn't collapse.
or
the
release
entire
another
place,
thing.
or- yes.
Yeah.
Good plan. And
Fair.
I'll start walking towards that one.
Yes. Agreed.
Okay,
The one at the very top of the map.
sure. Okay, who's all going with you?
I'll go.
I'll hang out with Seven on the giant rock in Beakley.
okay.
And what we'll say is, so are you also in the room with them?
That's up to you.
What do you want to do? Where are you at, Ren? Where are you at?
You want to chill out with us out on the rock, or
Did you? So you stayed on the rock with 7? Okay. What I'll do is, we'll say that Banner was the last one out of the room. Give me an observation check, Banner,
Uh-oh.
or observation perception.
I'll say, what game are you playing?
Well, my system.
Nat 19, so it'll be above.
You'll have noticed that as as Felix had tabletopped the body, I don't know how else what to call that, tabletopping. You will see that it actually, as the body was flung a bit, that a book had dropped underneath the bed.
Oh, I'll go back for it.
This one,
Are you gonna mention it?
even compared to, well, you're all walking away. Hey, y'all walking away.
Yeah.
You're walking.
That's why he said that.
Is it the rest of the thesaurus that he ripped that page from?
It's a dummy's guide to
Uniquely
this
enough,
language.
the last page is torn out.
Oh.
But there's a couple other pages. It's kind of like, you know, when you're using a notepad and like you're trying to find gaps and tear pages when you're.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Anyway, but this one looks well more worn than some of the other books that maybe even Eldon found. One of those that the spine has been broken, not from time, but having been open, folded, cracked in order to sit for a bit. It's in a language you don't understand. Every now and again, characters that don't match the other, like in words, there's words where the characters don't match the others, but kind of similar to the book that you found earlier, Eldon. But this one's infinitely been more loved, and it seemed like there was an effort to put this one aside for a reason.
Gotcha. Oh, Darren.
I haven't made
Darren,
it far yet, so I'm sure I still hear you.
If he doesn't hear me, I'll yell it a little louder. But
Yeah, we'll say that you've gotten one cavern or one little room past the weighted room when he calls
you
out.
might want to read this. It's a book.
Take a look. It's in a book.
Read the book.
It seems disrespectful, but I'm interested. It's fine.
So, are you stopping to read the book? Are you taking the book with you and whatnot, or
I'll
what?
go back and get the book.
Okay.
It's missing a page. Probably the page you found in his mouth.
I'll scout ahead.
I will say that the parchment matches.
Hey, look at
Similarly to color, the one in the mouth looks a little bit more discolored, just because you have to imagine
that.
that
And in a mouth.
he had to have put it in his mouth while he was alive.
Yeah.
So, saliva.
What was
Gross.
going through his mind when he was dying? He's like, well, these are my final moments. But
Well,
I mean, we won't know. Maybe the journal will say.
Yeah.
Probably must keep dragon contained. I'm dying.
Dying
Yeah.
sucks. I'm trapped in here.
Or else the
Beware the monster of You mean he took time to write So the just got a notification to give blood. Give blood, everybody. If you can, unless it kills you, then don't.
Seems more of a threat. Give blood.
It is, they call almost daily.
The ritual must
So
be.
in the book, it is handwritten. This looks more like kind of a, I don't want to say an airing of grievances, but someone was very, if there's a boss or an employee that you are like, this person needs to get fired, I'm going to catalog everything that's going on. That's what this is. But it doesn't seem to be particularly just about Elith Koli. It, in no specific names, I think for the purpose of being a little bit more general as to who, because I mean, that is a lot of damning evidence if you have names right there, but speaks to some tribes to the north, speaks about some of the leaders in Elith Koli itself. It does mention Zaragos a time or two. But then it starts mentioning, he goes less about complaining, and it almost seems like there's a break in thought. And it starts reading more like a, what's the best way to describe this? More or less like, I think I know where to find them. They've been scattered around, and there is mentioned by name the crown of hell and the life crown, the invincibility gem, The nightmare. I didn't have a better name. Okay, I wasted all my brain power on names
On
for on NPCs. Invincibility gem for lack of better names. The nightmare jar.
I love the nightmare jar. Hey, quick thought. I think that's where it all went, was towards the nightmare jar. That's my favorite.
Oh no, they're coming up. The runes of fortune. The Growovka. 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 And the Dethilenin. So, DENTHILENIN. Denthelenin.
And grow.
I still like the nightmare jar.
Growovka. If we're speaking straight English, Growovka. Growovka.
Da.
What was the last one?
Man, crazy how HP just seems to add to people. Ain't it nuts? I'm just kidding.
Hey, I remembered nightmare jar. I'm gonna keep that and the invincibility gem. Yeah, that's what we were. It's funny.
It's
probably-
a suit of ranger armor.
You basically had a nightmare jar, but
I still do.
yeah.
I mean, people didn't see what happened. They just saw my friend Phineas.
I wish people had a camera so they could see all of us looking around the arms of our microphones right now. Sorry, just throwing that out there.
That's why I folded mine down like this.
Yeah, no, we're
That's
not
the
cool
most
like
sensible.
that. No.
Shoot.
No.
So I'm gonna read this.
I can't afford to. It'll pop.
Yeah, please
Okay.
don't break your.
In case there's notes toward the end that say, "Don't do this." Yeah.
Right.
Don't read
And
it
I'm
out
gonna
loud.
look for
Don't
anything.
ever
in
read
a
a book
particular
that you
order.
found.
I'm
out
not
loud.
reading it out loud.
Near the end of it, it does get to the points of we have buried those with honors, those that have helped us contain the beast. I will do every effort I can, short of destroying how to release her. And that's where the puncture marks come in. He probably realized it was time for him to go, and he was going to literally ingest it. But he just wasn't strong enough to finish the job. So, and compared to the notes that were previous in the book, you see strong, flowing quill strokes, and this page is definitely more ragged, written by a more elderly hand. But yeah, that's what you get out of this book specifically.
Is there anything in the book that talks about Lehndrys specifically?
Just more or less the last page that said that they were laying to rest those. Yeah. And I said in the book that there were characters, or more or less words, that were written in that old script. The Growovka and Denthelenin they're two that were written in the older script. So
The script that I know.
that you learned.
Okay.
So not written in Elven. Those were, it's almost, and knowing your own dictionary of Elven, those words don't necessarily have a translation in Elven. As far as you know, you've never heard of these words.
There could be worse things that you could have seen at the end of the book.
For all we know, how you're pronouncing it in your head as you're reading it isn't even correct. But we just assume.
You must never assume, because
But,
when you assume,
I'm gonna close the book,
It's probably for the best.
put it in my bag. We'll come to that later. And off I go to the.
I like that you all just came back for a book. He read it and said, "We'll talk about it later," and just walks away.
We just see him looking into it as just.
Elden's gotten used to it.
So you head back to
we shrug and follow.
the
It's kind of our
the
normal
crystal
thing
in
now.
what would be kind of the northeast section of the cave system, as far as you know, northeast. What do you want to do there?
I am going to start trying words, which is a great play on. Any suggestion on which word I should try?
This one, what did it do? It was somewhat healing, right? Or restorative?
The smaller one. So there's a big one on the other side of you. No,
They're the
go
big
to the
one
other
that's
one.
like
Flip to the other side of your stuff. Yeah.
This is the equivalent of just pushing random buttons and seeing what's going to happen.
beep, boop, boop, boop.
Hmm
I'm guessing.
Man,
not
wouldn't it be
the
terrible
least.
if it's one of those games where you're like boop boop boop, bah, and you gotta go boop boop boop.
Yeah.
Clear Time goes,
The
monster
only thing
comes out.
worse is an escort mission. Mm-hmm.
Where they walk faster than your walk speed, but they go
Ideas.
slower than your run speed.
Ideas.
Yeah, I understand. I could think of much worse.
Which one did you write?
I've
the
already
first
tried
time?
release. We've already used that one.
Draco.
I'm gonna try
Liberty.
there.
We're sitting there. We're sitting there talking to each other,
Whispering,
Wait, is it Liberty or Liberate?
Liberate.
echoing through the mind.
Draco!
I think you should try Liberty
I'm gonna write liberate.
Liberty, freedom, justice,
So-
the American way.
for sure.
So you do liberate. Do you do any specific language? I think you did common before.
Maybe Elvish because these people are racist.
No, I thought I was doing it in the old.
Oh, did you?
script.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I
and
think
it's like
you
silver
did, yeah.
and
Okay. So yeah, you put liberate in, and there's an instant, as opposed to the other ones where you've did them incorrectly, and it's like a,
Chunk.
and there's a flash of power. This one just.
Hey!
Yes.
Okay. Well, that answers that.
Do we hear anything?
From our position on the rock, do we hear anything? Okay.
It's a screeching monster.
We're just-
Okay.
We're just sitting there enjoying
So
life,
I
playing with Beakley.
believe That
Listening
there
to
was
rock
another
music.
crystal near that weird room. So
That weird
let's
room.
pass by the group and let them know what happened.
Okay.
Well, there's this one, right? And I think
No,
I think the smaller
the
crystals.
smaller
don't
ones.
count.
So there's bigger ones. So like if you look closer to
Here.
me towards banner, those big ones at the top of the bottom of the screen or the page, those of you at home on the screen. Those are the more or less the crystals that you guys have been aiming for. These littler ones have been the healing ones, where you touch and you get the 1d4 back, and it gives you a spell slot and removes any.
So
Yeah.
we have 6
Should
words.
Need to touch a few of
only
those.
3 large crystals.
Well, remember,
and
it
then
only works once.
The central.
I was gonna say, should we go to the central one next
That's nice.
and see if that?
The central one might slap
My hit
us.
points.
Well, see if it's still
We
slap.
can get within range and see if it does.
See what happens. Yeah, exactly. See if that. Pew. No, he's left.
No, you left him alone because he was literally. It's literally a structure of.
He's
The
part of the
cavern.
crystal.
He's one of us. One.
We talked about throwing something at it.
Yeah, we were gonna throw stuff at it to see if it.
Whenever
reacted.
you antagonize it, yeah, whether
mean,
you
I
had
could shoot it.
antagonized it or came within reach, yeah, it
Yeah,
would
start
yeah.
slapping,
So we
Yeah.
said we wait.
practice it slapping.
I mean, let's just. I mean, I'll go look. I'll walk over there.
So-
So it's still slapping.
This is northwest, right?
That'd be northwest from.
That's the one we'd power down.
No, you
No.
did northeast.
It was the one. So we powered down this one,
Yep.
and there was a room previous to this entire map, and
Yes.
we powered down that one.
Yep.
It's time to go to bed, Banner.
That's what I was
You've been
missing.
Sun's getting
sleeping.
real low there, big guy.
Very tired.
Okay. I am going to write the other 4 words on a slip of paper, and I'm going to hand them to that paper. I'm going to hand to Ren, Felix, and Seven, and I'm going to write it in the language that I seems to be working.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, do you guys want to try and go to a crystal and try one of these words and see if it works? And we can go to the other
Seven
one.
had a
The crystal-
burning
the
experience
crystal hurt me
earlier.
bad.
Seven,
Yeah,
why
I
don't you
remember that?
why don't you just come with me
Okay.
and yeah, we'll just do it that way. So that's fine. Seven will go with me and I'll go to a
Okay.
crystal.
So real quick, Eldon, are you going back to the big boy?
I'm going to big boy.
The big boy. If you get within about 15 square feet, like the arms will pop out, but there's one less
Oh.
than there was previous.
Okay.
Hey.
I roll away
Turn him off
and
last.
go find.
Yeah, he's not done slapping yet.
Now I should mention that there were 5 arms previously. There's 4 now.
Oh, I forgot there was 5. I forgot there was 5 arms.
He can high five himself.
It's like reversed hangman.
So there were 6 originally. One we'd already powered down before.
That's what you're assuming.
By sheer luck, apparently.
I assume a lot.
I assume my goddess loves me.
She does love me.
Okay.
That means we're missing crystals.
Right.
Somewhere.
But the prior room.
There was one in the prior room.
Yeah, you guys flushed it out. He flushed it out, Eldon.
Do we have to do the one that also slaps? It is the crystal that slaps.
I would
Hey, Crystal,
assume
that
one.
Maybe if we power her down enough.
Crystal slaps, my guy.
Those are two larger, correct?
This one and that one.
And then a prior room, so there's three.
Just tell me what crystal I need to go do this
4.
on.
The only other
Underground?
one.
The underground maze.
Underground maze.
Well, Were
What
some
was
of the
caused by the
tunnels-
crew ticks?
Yes.
Because that's how they travel.
Oh, down there.
might be worth looking around. Maybe one's buried.
It's haunted.
I love that you
Don't
look
go
for
down
No,
there.
it's
in my
not
face,
haunted.
Nathan.
What are you talking about?
I
just
I
doesn't-
saw it.
Who? You saw Phineas? I know, we all did.
Okay.
He helped us. What are you talking about?
It's a little concerned that you named him.
Named him that. What do you?
I have no
You
idea
asked
we're
who he
talking
was. I
about.
told you his name was Phineas.
We'll come back to that later too.
Mm-hmm. You can add it to your book.
Tunnel's haunted.
Tunnel is not haunted.
Secret tunnels haunted.
The only no,
Every
that
episode.
was just a group.
every
The
episode.
only other
it exists.
thing that
Well, let's just power down the rest of the crystals. and
Yeah,
see what
let's do that
happens.
first and then go from there.
Because
Maybe
the
we'll
last
agree.
two might be this one.
Mhm.
Central
Yeah, I think it
crystal,
might be Slappy. I think
and
that
we
might be the
have
last
to
crystal.
deal with the slappers.
Might be a
Starring
Bogo
Dwayne the
deal.
Rock Johnson.
okay. Let's do it.
So I can stay in the main chamber, and you can give me Nevermore, and I can relay back.
Yeah, but you can't
Walkie-talkie.
see if he's got Nevermore, right?
Yeah, why don't you stand next to the crystal and have the arms slap about while we shut down?
Yeah, let's say
I'm
the
just
last.
gonna see. I'm just gonna keep checking. So like,
Is it still slapping? Yeah, it's still
Yeah,
trying to slap
so-
me.
so-
I'm
slap
gonna
me.
start walking to this.
The last
crystal.
time you've been in that
Uh,
room, you got blew up.
Okay.
I did get blown up.
Okay.
Or I will.
What are you gonna write on it?
Let's go with
What's 7? Draco.
freedom.
Okay.
Freedom.
You write freedom. You write it on there and powers down.
What word did you give me to write?
I gave you the last 4. So
So you used 2, which left 4. So yeah, you gave.
Right.
He wrote down all 4 for you.
Did you tell me what one to use, or did you just give me one that has 4 that you're going to use one of them?
you know,
He did not specify.
So me and 7 walk over to whatever. Yeah, I know.
you
I
guys
know.
are
That's
going
what
to
we're
that
gonna do.
crystal?
Yeah, we go over to that crystal, and I guess because he keeps whispering me to do Draco, I'm gonna do Draco.
There's a like a flash within the crystal itself. You're over by the arms. You see another one come back.
Oh no.
Oh, we did it out of order.
This whole thing is out of order.
The crystal that you're by, Nathan, that you just depowered, stays depowered.
Okay, so I mean, I guess I'm gonna do the next word then. Unless
Was it abs?
does each oopsie daisy make another arm come out?
Oh god, I hope not.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I hear that noise, I'm gonna be like, nope. I'm not gonna do anything after that. I'm just
I think
gonna
Draco.
just keep Draco.
Draco.
Was it
like
40 no's and a yes is still a yes.
An army of crew ticks.
Oh god.
That's when we're closest to the door, so we'll just leave.
Sucks for you.
Yeah, no, we're not going to touch it anymore. If it happens once, I'm just going to head back to Darren with 7, and we're
I
going to be
think
like,
I
hey,
would've
that didn't
headed
work.
toward that crystal.
Draco didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, all of you heard the thump.
For sure.
But you physically watch as a part of the cavern wall breaks off and almost, I say magnetically just because that's closest I can think of, comes towards the crystal and becomes another arm for itself.
Oh.
Biscuits.
It's almost like that's what's been happening every time you try to do a word. Because there's now, as you watch it, you're like, there are gaps. There are 5 other gaps
No.
in these walls.
We walk back up, and we're like, hey, Draco didn't work on that one.
Can I like
So just to be
So
clear, there
we
are
have-
there are back to 5 arms.
5 arms? Can I like run through the caverns and let everybody know what I'm seeing, like as a runner?
We have unleash and we have absolve.
Well, and also Draco, because if Draco's supposed to be on a certain crystal, what'd you guys use?
So we've powered down 2.
We
that's
used
3.
freedom.
Maybe you have to touch him.
I mean, I don't have the, I don't.
Okay.
I didn't get shocked, right? I didn't get shocked, right? Cool.
Go to that crystal.
I wouldn't do Draco.
But
though.
that was also with the other ones too. I think you touched them, and they did no issues. The only one that gave issues was to Will, and it was the big boy.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I'm not touching any of these.
No, he's not. No, you are not. Yeah, you've learned your lesson.
But it seems like
Haven't you?
there
Yes, you
are
have.
words
No.
that suggest releasing something, and we've used all of those words other than unleash. So I'm going to go to that crystal and try
And absolve.
Yeah, you haven't used absolve yet.
True.
I would say
Just do unleash. Unleash sounds great. I love it.
Unleash it is.
Okay.
Unleash.
And that crystal powers down.
See, God bless it.
Okay.
7. I should have went with my hunch, not yours.
But did you type it in right?
So
Yes,
send
I typed.
4 arms
You're asking
now?
me if I
You
typed it in right.
see, Eldon, what you'll see is one of the arms physically, like, because it is lit up to match the purple
'cause your
hue.
computer does not mean
literally, the light
knowledge than me.
seems to fade from it and just becomes inert and falls and joins the other crystals that are at the base of it.
Oh.
Biscuits.
Oh, okay.
What if you just like write it a few more times? Do like more arms fall off?
Well,
I think if once there's enough arms, we're gonna have
powered
another
down.
crystal guardian.
so the only
Words left.
there's only one crystal left, but it'll hurt us.
There were crystals in the chamber with.
There was one, and you depowered it.
Yeah.
That one we did.
Yeah, we
the
got
power-
that one.
Okay. All
Let's
right,
just
never
do absolve.
I was like, maybe that one was.
Just rip the
Draco,
bandit off
or
and
the
let's
Draken was.
just do absolve.
Just
The only crystal left is the big crystal.
yeah, that's what we're
Touch his
saying.
hands.
What if we all walk up at the same time? It can't possibly hit us all.
Yes,
at
it
once.
does.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say,
no.
Can we defend?
Like,
Defend him while he writes.
so you're saying we should catch those hands?
But if I remember
Distract.
correctly, I couldn't touch it without getting.
Well, that was when
Well,
the other
same here.
crystals were on.
That's true.
All of them
Oh,
are
yeah.
off now.
Oh
So they're
yeah.
all off now.
I mean, other than that, I'm not touching it.
Are the healing
Okay.
crystals still powered, or are they powered down too?
They're still powered.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
They're still going around. They're still powered.
So see, we get
because you're
smacked
passing
around. We
through.
go to one of those healing
Okay.
crystals.
Well,
before I
remember
go-
we can only use it once.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Can we only use one each? I'm sorry. Can we only use
So-
the healing crystal once, or each of the healing?
Oh, Darren used it, and he got replenished. He came back to it, touched it again. He got nothing.
Right.
But when Seven went back to that same one later, he was able to utilize it. So it seems to be a one per person, not one
Have we
per.
tried 2 different healing crystals?
Yes, you have. He has gone to Nathan has gone to
I've
2
gotten
different
one.
ones, and he's gotten the perk.
Okay.
While they're doing this, can I just like run around and touch all the healing crystals? Because I'm hurt bad still.
So you
That's what I was
get
wondering.
you
I
get
don't-
1d4 of healing per healing crystal, and you've used 1 thus far. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 more. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there are 4 more throughout these caverns that you have not touched yet.
Cool. I'm on.
Well, I'm going to do the same because that's why I was.
Hey everybody, let's just do a quick lap.
To the
Let's just do a quick lap.
Quick lap.
We'll do a quick lap.
Let's do a lap.
Though they're
Ren,
good
you see
crystals.
everyone
I like
just
those
kind of jogging around,
Like we're jogging around, taking turns,
feeling progressively better
Slap
as they
Beakley on a
run.
couple of them too.
So
Now I have touched 2 of them.
you have touched the one in the northwest
I
and the
think
one
I've
in the
touched this
northeast.
one
Yep.
and that
So the bottom 3 for you, Nate, O'Darren, are available.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I should probably be touching some of those crystals
Yeah,
too.
everybody just run a quick lap. Just touch some crystals.
I
We'll feel
will
good.
only touch 2 of them because
These are the
they
crystals that slap.
restore spell slots.
They're
as
healing. They give 1 first level spell
Oh,
slot.
sweet. That's
So
all I
it's
got.
1d4.
Anything of a higher level,
Oh,
it
wait,
does
no,
nothing
I have
for.
one.
Do I get to pick
1d4,
what spell it
so
is?
So I'm just going to touch.
You just get a spell slot.
Okay.
Just going to touch 2.
1d4.
1d4 healing.
Yeah, so I'm not all the way max,
Straight,
but
no
I'm close.
Yay,
no
one.
perks
Close
to it.
to it.
Yep, no perks to it. That's just 1d4. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm 23 now, so I'm fine with that.
Say it's sort of I
Coughing up blood, but I got all my
rubbed
spell slots
Beakley
back.
on a-
That's
on
really
my sweet
exciting.
outfit, too. Yeah.
4.
Just rub Beakley on it,
You
like
just
polishing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2.
Yeah. So I got one I haven't
3.
touched. Other than that, though. Great. We did a lap. Everyone had fun. Go touch the main crystal now. Go touch it.
You go do the thing.
And
You go
4.
do the thing. I'm standing here with a gun. I'm waiting.
Alright. I'm at 18 now, so that's better than 8.
But yeah, we'll say that after you've done your healing, you run back. There's still 5 arms
Wait a minute.
I thought it was 4.
or 4. Yeah, 4.
Okay.
Sorry. 'Cause they
Hey,
added
wait a
one
minute, I
on,
got
then
an
we took it
idea.
back off, yeah.
If we are going to try and touch it, if it might try to attack you, I can sanctuary you.
Oh,
Okay, Quasimodo.
Hey,
I support it.
yeah, but
100%
that's if they are going to like pop out and start trying to slap, because then that'll give them all disadvantage when they try to attack you. So that means none of us have to try and catch those hands.
It gives you time.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean it's not going to stop those hands,
Right.
but
Can we disarm it?
But I also have a decent number of first level spells, so let's go.
and I can cast Shield of Faith,
Okay.
so that'll help you.
Well,
I
Andy's got
will
it. Andy's
watch
got
intently.
his
I'm
new
walking
fancy.
towards this
I'll
thing.
say you got your new fancy coat. Do those arms come out?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
+2 bonus.
They
to
are
AC.
out, and now as before, you guys were primarily located in front of it. I do want to make it abundantly clear they're not actually attached. They are the magnetic kind of rotating around.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna put on that cloak, that robe, whatever it was.
That +1.
So as long as you're wearing no other, yeah, and I'll get you that one. Sorry,
So
so it's +1 to your AC,
+2 to AC from Shield of Faith.
So
And then sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Yeah.
and that's another how much to it?
does that affect?
No,
mage
that just
armor?
makes it to where if anybody tries to attack him, they need to do a wisdom saving throw. If not, they can't.
So with mage armor, 17, 18, and then
They have
sanctuary.
disadvantage against you.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going
You
to
have a
19
base
AC.
of 16 AC.
That's awesome.
Mage
Yeah.
armor.
Okay, that's
I cast it when I got in.
okay. I was like, wait, what?
So
He's got that mage armor dough.
There's
Okay.
okay,
You're as
four.
tough as me. Way to go,
There's
man.
4 arms
do
and
it.
6 us.
I thought you said 5.
There were 5.
Oh, now, yeah, another
And
one
then
went
you-
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, like you
We'll be
could
down
try
to
to like
3
slip
for
in.
Frederico.
I'm just gonna go. I'm just
Okay.
gonna go for it.
Oh, good luck.
Just gonna go for it.
You're going by yourself there.
We can still go.
Well, yeah.
So-
yeah. Become target.
I have
Well,
sanctuary.
Well, what I'm
Full
saying
send,
is
man.
he needs to go by himself to get the most out of Sanctuary, because if we go up there and they just try to target, well, if they target other
for it.
people. But,
That's what I'm saying. If
yeah.
they target us, then
All right. So because you're the first one in its purview, it's gonna attempt to do all 4 attacks on you.
All right, so 4 wisdom saving throws.
What's the AC it has to hit?
19.
Wow.
Only one's gonna hit.
Hey,
I'm gonna cast shield, which will bring it up to 24.
hey,
Miss.
sir, they all need to do wisdom saving throws first. He has Sanctuary. If you try to target him,
That'd be great if it affected his wisdom.
what?
Doesn't affect
Does
it.
It doesn't have wisdom.
If it doesn't have wisdom, then it fails the check. There's no exception on it.
It has to have the capacity to have wisdom for there to be an effect to it.
It's like a log.
fine.
It's like
You
a
think
log.
this is a
swinging
creature,
through
it's
the air.
not.
Got it. So I'm gonna walk straight up to the
What does it
crystal.
affect? Hold on. No. Hold on.
You
What
ward a
is it?
creature within range against attack until the spell.
Creature, correct?
Yeah, him. So anybody that tries to target the warded.
Oh, okay. My fault. I thought it targeted. No.
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
My fault.
You're good.
I misunderstood the spell. I
You're
thought
good,
it
you're good.
targeted my
That's
fault.
why when you said it, I was like,
Okay.
it doesn't matter in this situation. They need to beat a. What?
What is it got to beat?
They need to beat a 15.
Yeah, 15 minutes. So, no, yeah. None of them hit you then.
Okay.
I apologize. That was my
You're okay. When you were saying
misunderstanding.
it, I was like,
thought you were. It targeted my fault.
No. You're good. I understand
So
where
then
you're coming
A
from.
lot of spells were just slung around, and that's my fault.
You're good.
Would I need to cast shield then?
No,
No.
you don't.
You would not.
Okay.
So that didn't happen. That was an alternate universe. That didn't happen.
In a multiverse, you were hit once.
I
Yeah,
saw.
multiverse.
Gotcha. I'm gonna try and reach out to the crystal
Okay.
and write absolve.
Oh,
So first of all, you're gonna take 1d8
Okay.
auto,
that's Draco.
and then
that.
I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Okay. They scare me right now. Okay.
Are you shockproof?
I have a high constitution saving throw.
Oh, really?
12.
Pretty good.
You just avoid it.
Woo!
You still take the 1d8, but you are not paralyzed.
Hey.
3.
Remember, touch it with the back of your hand, not the front. Yeah, because if not, your hand will grip it, and then you're done for.
Okay.
Same thing with something hot.
I'm gonna try and write absolve.
So, as you do that, an arm falls off. You see that the other crystals, they don't necessarily fall off, but they, similar to the other crystals that you depowered, each of those other arms fade and the arms drop out of the air and just hit the ground. They join the cacophony of crystals that are now along the ground.
There we go.
We've solved the
main
arm
crystal
puzzle.
itself does not go inert. Like, it doesn't lose its color, but it does become completely still. So take from that what you will.
Why are you whispering?
I don't know if the crystals can hear us.
Just don't say that. Hey, don't write that on me. Crystal just starts
Try the
talking.
last word, guys.
Do it.
Yeah,
Ben's saying no. I don't know here. Very confused.
Seven's telling you to
I think
do it.
Draco is the key word that they use to empower the crystals, the trap Lehndrys. That was my takeaway from
Why don't we go see if Lehndrys is free
Fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
before we do this?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
As you walk through, the healing crystals are a little bit dimmer now.
Oh, poor healing crystals.
Okay.
They're not completely inert, but they're dimmer.
We've ate them all up.
Okay. So you're heading back to Lehndrys?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to pull that one out, one, because I didn't bring
Hey,
it
wait,
with
wait.
me.
Well, what about the break room? What about the hidden break room? Didn't you want to go back in there?
We'll go back, but just
Oh, yeah, you need
gonna get-
to
You're
spread,
gonna keep hitting everybody's, man.
right.
you spread your weight out equally enough that you open up the door again, because it closes the moment you all leave off that pedestal.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go back in. What do you want? What do you want?
I feel like I should look at the bookshelf.
Yeah, I would say you're the only one that can read in there. I'm just gonna chill out on the rock with Seven.
Okay. What if we just take all these books?
Do you want to carry all those books? That's a great idea.
Well, don't you have a special bag?
We don't talk about my bag.
Why can't it fit the books?
I don't know how much it can hold, but
That's a very good question.
just give me like a couple, and I'll
Fine.
try it.
I'm flipping through the books.
Just read the. Okay. I was gonna say just read the
So-
covers, but then I was like, don't judge a book by its cover.
This looks like
Yeah.
it looks like so first of all, it's from the same author's point of view. A lot of it is from the standpoint of my best recollection. A lot of his statements begin with something of that sort, or to the best of my knowledge, or something of that sort. But it is a catalog of things that he knows. A lot of it's in his handwriting. There are some books or journals at the bottom that are still completely empty. It looks like to pass time. This is what
Did
he
we
did.
just find his like Facebook collection?
Basically.
This is his MySpace collection.
Oh,
my guy.
I was gonna say MySpace, but
He still has Tom as a friend.
The bookshelf's still up and operating?
Do you think
Yeah,
Ask
the
Jeeves
bookshelf is
works
still-
here?
You have like
Server. Okay.
What we say? It wasn't Ask Jeeves. It was Ask. We did it another episode.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
what was it?
Ask. Well, it was something old English sounding, but it was anyway.
Yeah.
But it does note that this is, as it's describing it, it doesn't sound like any flora or fauna necessarily that you know of. So you're kind of piecing this in your head. This is pre whatever it was that caused the world to break, which kind of makes sense as to the history of with Kali and even Zaragos about the time that they kind of wiped off the map.
Yeah.
Was the Ash Wars, which was about immediately after when it went down.
Everything went down.
So, more or less, this was his own kind of encyclopedia. This is how he was able to live things while more or less staying in this room. Because once, as you know, you are off that pedestal, the door closes.
Right.
So he went in with the knowledge that he's not coming back out.
So you mentioned that there was occasionally a word from the old language that I know.
Yep.
Is there any kind of connection between the words in the different books? Like maybe a code or some kind of... Because it just seems odd to me that it would have just like a random spot where it's...
They're words again that don't translate very easily to Elven, and honestly, a majority of the time, it's now that you're actually thumbing through it, you do see Rowolfka or the Denethalenin in it every now and again. Denethalenin. It's fun. It's a fun word. Denethalenin. It took me a long time.
I bet it is.
I'm not going to try and say that. Anyway, Any
Say
of
what?
the books
Jar of
that-
Nightmares.
Any of the books that mention
Gentle
those two
Listen.
things,
Yep.
I'm going to take.
Okay.
So
Take him with you.
Do we want to close the door on him while he's in there?
These are
it's not like
valuable histories.
yeah.
I,
So
I say take them all.
Felix won't let me.
Hey, you got arms. You got a
I'll
backpack.
stuff as many as I can in my backpack.
Sure.
I'll help us. Any way
And
I
it looks
can.
like you guys had a good day at the library. I mean, you have
Yay.
very big backpacks now. It does add some weight. I mean, not as bad for you. It is a little bit worse for you. But because I mean, this is about an 8-shelf thing. I mean, it probably
Big
goes from
boy.
the bottom to the top, but it's only like a 10-foot tall cavern.
All right.
It's not massive, but
10 feet tall is.
And is it completely filled with books?
Well,
so
yeah, but he
it's
also
about it's about a. I mean, I don't know how wide this is. This is what, 4 feet. It's about a 4-foot width. So it's
3.5.
3.5. Okay, 3 3/4. Just do not take off your shoe and measure it, because that's exactly what I do.
Get out of my head.
The one time I actually know what you guys are doing. But yeah, they are full of books. But like I said, the probably bottom 2 are still empty. Like all those pages are empty. Yeah. But you take we'll say that you take what's written in and add some heft.
All right.
But
Hopefully we don't have to move quickly.
No, just drop the books if we have to.
when you leave, it's the army of Krutix.
Okay, we'll head back to Lehndrys.
Okay.
Any other objections?
No.
No. Let's
There's
get out of
also
here.
the fancy crafting table. If anyone wants to play with that before we head out.
No.
I don't think we literally have any time to make any use of it.
Yeah.
So,
Not to mention, if she's free, like we want to go up and
Yeah.
handle that situation.
How long were the journal entries? Like did it seem to date back like he was in there for a while?
Some of them just seem to be like compendiums. Like you see, like this is a book specifically about like flora. This is a book specifically about like, weather patterns in various regions of the continent. Continent, not continents. Continent.
Ooh.
Keep track of all of his knowledge, basically.
How did he eat?
That's what I was
I was
wondering.
thinking the same thing too earlier.
Is
With,
there
like, if he was
something
trapped in there.
that
If he's a
If he's an
he
elf,
was a druid, there
yeah,
might
or a
be spell
druid,
for
he
that.
wouldn't need. He would like. There's races where like they don't need that to stay.
I mean,
druid, though.
could have been,
we're literally going off of
He
bones
seems
here.
to be a mage, right?
he could have been a
We're having
warforged.
this conversation.
Hey, let's
as
get
we're
as
walking.
we're
Right,
leaving.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
As
gonna
we're
stand
walking.
here and explain magic.
I'm just waiting till you need me to talk. That's
Poor Jack's over there, like, oh my god.
no, Brennan's just like, have these people not heard of fasting or ritualistic suicide? Like,
I don't think. Well,
he wanted them to die.
I
This-
think he
that's
was
it.
in there. Though he was trapped in there.
He was in there.
Once he went in,
I mean, he chose to.
He was in there.
which means he was there for a long time.
Hey,
Is there
there's
a magic item in there that?
Was he trapped or
a
was he
fountain of
hidden?
youth or a fountain of food.
Yes.
No, I mean, there's people. Hey, we don't know everybody, and if this guy was in here that long, obviously he had something.
I mean, he had this nice robe.
I don't think that is. I don't think that's his
Do you feel
secret.
hungry? Yeah.
you
Blame
hunger
his
for
forehead.
blood. No, I'm just kidding.
It's cursed. I didn't tell you it was cursed. I'm sorry. Oops.
You want specifically A positive blood?
Oh,
What if
You can be positive about that. I'm just kidding.
Oh boy.
AB?
Okay.
Get out of here.
So you guys are heading back to Lehndrys, and you head specifically back to where she is held in this orb. She's still in an orb, but before there was gentle pulsating from it, and after you ended the first one, it seemed to slow a bit. Now it's almost like boom, 3, 4, 5, boom, like of this energy around her. So now there's just this very thin thing, and she's actually now awake inside, because before she was still eyes closed. Now it looks like she's trying to push out.
Okay, so
Push.
last word.
Can you like write it on her orb?
Yeah, you do Draco, and just I don't want to say it just completely disappears, but it almost like dissolves into the air, and she drops and hits the cavern floor.
Ooh.
And
Giving
I
her a
mean,
warning.
granted, it was like a 5-foot drop. It's not
Yeah,
massive.
but if you weren't expecting it, that still could hurt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
shaking
compared
around.
to the ball that she was confined in for centuries, she'll take a little bit of pain to feel anything.
It sucks.
Dang.
And it's now that you see her immense size. So Lehndrys was large. Don't get me wrong,
Big boy.
but she is she's big, but she's also way longer. So the entire she can make the circumference of the room plus with how long she is, and this is obviously large enough to hold a dragon in a ball, an ancient green dragon in a ball, or a song dragon. I apologize.
Let's say green dragon.
I apologize.
Whoa.
I apologize.
There's a difference.
I apologize.
Colors.
Song dragon.
Green dragon's good.
Yeah, that was a lie the entire time. Sinker. No, I'm just kidding.
When she hits the ground, I'm gonna go up to her and see if she's hurt or anything.
She doesn't show any signs of being marred or anything. Unlike Lehndrys had a giant gash in his side
Probably
when he
needs to
changed back.
stretch.
But no, yeah, but that's what she starts to do.
would
with
too, yeah.
some pain in her face, you do see her change into this form of the girl, but older now. As before, she was about 10 or 12. Now this woman, more about 24, 25.
Oh.
But still the same features.
Okay. Yeah.
Like the eyes, hair,
Yeah.
everything's still the same.
Yeah, she's aged herself.
Yeah. Like
Thank goodness.
yeah. But thank you. That tone that she had before, the more airy, hissy kind of completely gone. Almost seems like more it was a static before. Now I don't have to be Lehndrys the Quiet anymore. And she's just kind of like stretching, kind of. I don't want to say like anime girl, like watching, but
I mean, you've been in a ball for a long time. I'd be doing some stretching, some
yeah,
for
like
sure.
there's like a nice little hip hop as she's moving around. But
Oh man, that probably felt really good. Like
it
that long.
felt wonderful. But first, actually, and she kind of sprints out of the room, back to where you guys initially came in, because the egg was more or less kind of there.
Yeah.
So she goes to the egg, and she kind of, there is a moment of her just wrapping herself around the egg and just kind of weeping on it.
A
The hair
touching
kind
moment.
of falling over. Yeah. But she just turns around, like just tears in her eyes, like thank you so much. You don't know what this means to me. I don't care how you did, but I made a promise. I would give you something, or give you something I might know. But can we please do this topside?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
probably need to get some real fresh air.
And yeah, so she picks up the egg, and it's kind of like it's still a big egg compared to her body.
Yeah.
But she wants to carry it alone.
I'm also gonna pull out some food.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
In a while.
Yes, please.
Wait,
I've used
Seven,
more
a
one of
donut.
those.
Have you ever had a donut?
This lady give this lady a donut.
Yes.
I pulled out the box of donuts.
So it'll be interesting that as you're kind of conversing with her going up, like yes, there was that air of mystery around it, kind of more or less static, going through this bubble of trying to project herself
Yeah.
out. But you don't get any. You can do an insight if you want, but like you go for it.
He doesn't trust the magic lady.
Nope.
But just the relief of having her egg seems so genuine that it's one of those that like the interaction between each of you with the egg just seems even more, I don't want to say trustworthy, because trust is a complete separate matter, more genuine, more honest.
There you go.
But she gets up
real
top
with us.
side, and like she sets the egg down, and like she doesn't, the moment she touches, a hand doesn't leave. It stays with it on
Makes
it.
sense. It's a baby.
But it's one of those, she gets outside and just that deep breath of air and like breathes out, but you see like tufts of air come out from her nostrils, still dragon-like in nature.
Voice.
But tufts, puffs,
Puffs.
either way. So as I promised, I I will give you some things for your worries, but more specifically, if you wish, I can either give you specific information on something if I know, or I can try and give you something that I feel might be more suited towards you. I do need to make abundantly clear that I've kind of taken this city as my home now. So
Fair.
you have to understand, I am going to be a little bit squeamish about some things I give away.
I think when I asked for knowledge, I didn't know anything. I think I'm starting to learn on my own. And I think that might be a good thing.
I can respect that. Again, I caution you about your book. And now that I'm corporeal, may I see your book again?
Yeah. I'll pull it out.
She thumbs through it and
And breathes on it.
It
And
just
destroys
burns her
it.
hands. Just
she just burns it herself, like, problem solved. There we go. No, I'm kidding.
that'd be so great.
But she does thumb through it, and there is looks like she is actively reading it.
Rub it in your face. Chuckles at a cute anecdote in one of the pages, just like
But
that's
there-
classic. A little limerick.
There is, as she gets deeper into it, more of like concern across the face, like the worry, and again, kind of looking back at you. And she had said it before. I think, actually, it was Ivarus. Like we said, why do you have this book? She more or less echoes that. Like again, how did you come to this? And she hands it back, but almost too urgently wants to hand it back to you to get it out of her hands.
Sign, man.
And I take it immediately.
Hands off.
Eating
Donuts, and she hold on here. This one's okay.
You get frosting all over
It's a little stale.
That should be advantage
Yeah.
for not having anything this entire
it. It's
time.
a 4-day-old.
Same exact.
Wow, yeah.
She's just
And he,
jaded.
you can testify. He watched.
I watched.
If I can't trust my DM, who can I trust?
No one, because I'm a god.
Yeah,
I'm the god of gods in this game.
Tiamat of cables again.
Yay! Look at it change colors.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Lehndrys and I'm gonna say, this is the last thing from someone who meant a lot to me.
Understandable. What was his name? If you don't mind me asking,
His name was Talos.
because there's meaning in a name. I can tell that there's grief when you say his name, but there's love. Do you know how he came by this book? This journal? This whatever you want to call it? This harbinger, in my opinion. Okay.
Dying.
Well, I cannot stress this enough. Please be wary with this. Honestly, I would not show this to anyone that you do not know intimately well, and I'm intimately as like you would a brother or a father or someone you trust with your very life. I wouldn't let another single soul read this book.
Oh, Darren is immediately gonna look at Seven.
Why are you looking?
Seven. Don't tell anyone else.
Okay.
I tried looking at it
What?
too.
He changed.
I'm gonna look over at Felix and be like, Felix, don't tell anybody else.
Bakley, do not tell anybody else. Gotcha.
So, how about first I give you more the general things I'd promised before we get into specifics. And she kind of leaves you deeper into the city. Again, kind of carrying the egg. She does bring you to a kind of more decrepit building, but it looks a little bit thicker walls on it, reminiscent of a seat of power or a building where power had sat. She takes you all inside, and she simply pauses when she gets inside the door, kind of looks around, kind of that vacant sensing hearing. I think we're fine. And she's still kind of keeping that wide eye, like listening thing kind of going on. Keeps going in. Comes to these giant stone slab doors. And she pushes one with her arm, opens it, and more or less you're at the treasury. There is still plenty of stuff in here. There's actually some bodies in here too. Seems like things went tits up back in the day. People closed the door, and the door did not come back open.
And we're getting a lot of that today.
Yeah, we are.
Yep.
It really seems like that.
But she's like, so again, I feel like being in prison for centuries. I'm owed much of this, but I will give you this first off. So she's going to give you 800 copper, 3,000 silver, and this is like Scrooge McDuck kind
I was
of
going to say, I was like,
Yeah,
is
can
this
a
money pool?
Can I jump
Don't
in
do
and
it.
swim in it?
And die, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She gives
we
you
could easily.
1,700 gold.
Well, Darren, you're writing that down, right, bud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
80 platinum. She gives you some assorted gems, about 9 that are worth about 100 apiece.
God.
100 gold, yeah. 100
worth 100 copper each. Wow, thanks. An avocado.
300 gold's worth of diamonds.
Ooh,
You're getting a good payment here.
it's a good mission complete. Yeah.
A leather studded, or sorry, it's just a leather armor. But she explains that if you wear this, it will make you a little bit quicker. And she kind of picks up this one, this chainmail, and she kind of looks around before kind of landing on Banner. Is there anything intrinsically you wish to know? Or would you prefer something of value?
Do we need to leave the room for you, Banner, if you...
Not necessarily. No. Nothing intrinsically I wish to know.
Well, now I'm torn for you. Because then she also picks up a javelin. And it starts cackling with electrical energy. The armor is shining beautifully.
I like the armor.
Okay. She goes, and you see it turn into a lightning bolt like Zeus's, and it just embeds itself in the wall.
That's
And
cool.
she hands this over to you.
Darren is going to pull out his book and immediately just start taking notes about the lightning that just hit the wall.
Want that?
It sounds like, can I have that?
I feel like I tried to grab it just to electrocute myself.
I feel like you would do more damage to you. I
Yeah.
think Beakley would
you
better
able to use
utilize it.
chainmail?
Like I grab it.
That is the chainmail of the clouds, which increases all of your ability scores by 1.
Whoa! Look at you.
This was the magistrate's armor. She just gives a little giggle as you see some dust fall out of it.
Now you got bone clothes.
It just goes everywhere. Look where it goes. It just gets it clean.
Look who immediately wants to put on bone clothes now, huh? Man, that's
I
crazy.
wasn't objecting to the bone clothes
yeah.
before that.
But
would have been-
she then starts
foot flies
turning
off.
to everyone, be like, Ren, would you prefer knowledge or something to use? And if you want knowledge, I do need a little bit more specifics of what you'd like to know.
Before I make like a final binding decision,
Sure. There is no either or with your friend Banner here. That this is really, it's either the
Right.
Yeah, there's no like, yeah, sorry.
I mean, you were in Dragos, and we saw like this old, maybe like battle map or nation map of the continents, as it was back in the day.
Continents.
Continent, I think.
Singular.
Yeah, the continent.
And I think it was made during the time that Lover was alive. And there was just this particular symbol of a nation that seems familiar to me, but it's been years since everything. So I just was wondering if the symbol of the people with the wheel and the wind means anything.
The Gunung, yes. Gunung, Gunug. It's a palindrome. Just realized that.
Nice.
But the Gunung was the kind of collective nation made of orcs, goblins, gnolls, more, and please don't be offended by this because your heritage is apparent to me, but more monstrous in nature. And again, no insult intended. I do not judge people by their ancestry because you've been nothing but good to me. Is there anything else you wish to know?
I guess you know what happened to the gun?
Well, I do know that there was the beginnings of a violent war when I was encased and trapped. There was an orc tribe or an orc collection of tribes that had been seen as an instigator in attacking the other races, elven, dwarf, human, and those nations were also then, and city-states more or less, were rising up against them. I don't know what happened after that, obviously. I'm sorry, though. You said continents? You know, I have a feeling I'm probably going to see it sooner rather than later when I fly again. So I'll just take that in myself.
It's probably better than what I could possibly explain. I mean, I'm from the Feywild, if you know what that is.
I see the magic around you.
So it's like, I know that there's continents, but
I see that.
I'm a land walker. I don't really.
I see the curse in your blood as well. Or I see elements of it. It's old magic.
I know somewhat of a reason why it's there, but I don't necessarily know.
Do you mind partaking and explaining it to me?
Well, my people, they're an orc tribe in the Feywild. I'm not exactly sure why or how they got there in the first place, but
Okay.
they're free-spirited people, very friendly, and all about finding yourself and what you can do for your community. But there's some I guess history with a hag or something that's caused this blood curse. So I mean, that's the furthest extent that I know, and not much else is openly conversed in our tribes. So.
While Ivberus was always more of the student who could devour libraries, both literally and figuratively, I was always more of a proponent of the heart, and I can sense things. You're curse affiliated with your people, I'm assuming. Especially you said a hag. Makes a lot more sense now. Someone or someone's in your line they essentially doomed your entire people. This curse will outlive this planet. But if it was a hag, because there's only 3 that I can think of that could perform this magic. There was a hag only known by the name of the Grey Mistress. She was one of the 3 who no one dared cross. I would debate even the gods feared them.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry that my information is probably more worrisome than not. But information in and of itself is neither good nor bad. It's what you choose to do with that information. But all cursed as you may be, well, you have done right by me. So I know that you are not all bad. I say that as your people, not you. Generalities. I try to avoid them. Although sometimes they need to get smited off their planet. Mm-hmm. He just kind of looks down at another dead body and kicks it as it becomes dust again.
Deep breath.
And she, like all
Boys,
the
breathe
rest
it
of the
in.
bodies from the just amount of air that comes out of her nostrils, just dust. After that,
I mean, I get it. I have people I'm hunting too, so.
well, good luck with that. I hope it bears fortune, and that it gives you, whether it's fortune or some form of solace, that you find it.
We'll see.
Turns to you, Elvin. Is there anything you wish to know, or would you prefer something?
What's something I could have?
That's a good question.
Well, I have these 2 things. You could choose one of them if you choose. And one looks like they're kind of like, I don't want to say they look like Crocs, but
Fantasy Crocs.
they kind of are, but they where the holes would actually be, it looks more like webbing on them that creates these holes.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
And there is then also in her other hand a little figurine of a dog, a little black figurine of a dog. I would say a more discerning eye is yours. You'd know it's onyx.
An onyx dog.
So Spider-Man shoes are a Monopoly piece.
Right. Can I ask you what they do? Or do I have to pick first?
Well, I told Banner after he had picked. So in the spirit of being
okay.
fair,
Fair is
in
fair.
the spirit of I would prefer to actually hold on to both of them.
Ooh, that's a good sign, though.
That's a good sign.
A boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything.
Right?
You know how much you wanted one of those.
That's a good reference. I'm gonna go with the onyx dog.
Okay. So it is
Let's
a
get another pet.
figurine of wondrous power, more specifically an onyx dog. And I will send it to you.
Okay.
But for
That's a good sign.
anyone who's listening, essentially, it can become a mastiff, a black mastiff for up to 6 hours.
Hell
Ooh.
yeah.
It has intelligence of 8 and can speak common.
Oh,
Talking dog.
Yo, we got
has-
Scooby up in here.
Yeah, we do, Scooby.
It has
gonna
dark
happen.
vision of a range up to 60 feet and can see invisible creatures and objects within that range. Once it has been used, it can't be used again until 7 days have passed, though.
Oh, shit.
Didn't we have something else like that?
I mean, we have Beakley.
No. Something else. You use it once, you have to wait like a week before you can use it again. I thought.
Yeah, that does sound familiar.
Huh?
Ouch.
It's about every 2 or 3.
That's every other long rest.
But not this month.
Are we just like collecting like a zoo, basically? Like I guess like Nevermore technically.
The real
is
question
first.
is Wes going to try and kill this dog like he's been trying to kill Beakley?
It's
I
the
think
goodest
special
of boys.
I think the special thing about this dog, though, and I could be wrong about the magic item, but it turns back into the onyx dog, and
Yeah.
it,
Can't really
you
die.
can reuse it 7 days later.
Dog meat. Let's go.
It's a. Did you say dog meat?
From Fallout. From Fallout.
Okay, so disclaimer.
Oh, no.
Disclaimer.
I've never
You
played a
Skyrim,
Fallout.
but you don't. That's where the battle lines are
Here's the
drawn.
deal. Here's the deal. I never had the console to play it, and by the time I did, I was already so entrenched in other games. I'm like, I'll come back to it. And then I just never did. I have loved the gameplay I see, and I will probably go back and play it one day, but not this.
Before that show,
gotta-
comes,
you gotta
before that
get
show
this-
comes out,
before
you
the
need
show-
to play
yeah.
a lot of Fallout, my
You
friend.
need to play Fallout New Vegas.
all of
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
I know.
Well,
Mr.
not all
New
of them.
Vegas.
I know.
Wayne
Except for
Newton
tactics,
as Mr.
like
New
all-
Vegas.
Okay,
Your
okay,
little
okay.
pip
That's
boy.
Okay.
he understands that he needs to play it.
I understand my sins.
So yeah, sorry, dog meat wouldn't get. Dog meat was the name of the dog.
He was a good boy.
He was a good boy. Best boy.
He was
for
the
not
best
knowing.
boy.
I'm a terrible gamer.
And he couldn't.
Okay.
Well, the first time he could die, but the other ones he couldn't.
Yeah, they
So he gives you the little statuette, and it's about that big.
Okay.
So you can fit it in a pocket.
So Pokeball.
It's literally a
Now
once a week
half
use
the team
Pokeball.
has a
Love it.
Now you have
I
to think
choose
of a
you.
name.
It's a Houndoom. You're throwing out Houndoom without the
Oh
fire.
yes.
But yeah, okay.
Half the team has a
How do you
So we have like
convert it into
Beakley
a
and
dog?
Dogly. I don't.
But okay.
What's the
Barkley.
process?
Sparkly.
Barkley, come on!
Oh,
You
Man.
literally you stumbled over it, and then you just
really-
kept walking. Like I was like, come on, man!
Charles Barkley.
Next, he
Yeah,
or she turns to Felix.
I immediately hand her a list, or a little note. Do you want it Facebook message or do you want Discord?
I would like it. Okay, for the sake of people watching, I'm gonna want you to send it to me.
Brevity.
I don't care how you send it. Do it through Discord.
I love how that entire thing. Okay,
know.
well, I
My
did
mind-
send it Facebook, but I'll send it
I
Discord
had
to
so
you
many
right now.
gears turning. I'm like, no.
you
click,
were you.
click,
that
click,
was
click.
just going.
Yep.
All right, I'll send it to you right now.
The reason being that do you want the response out loud?
Oh yeah, but you just not reading what's on it like out loud. You can read it later, but I want you. You can respond back to me with what you have read on the note.
Right now?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
So I need to. Okay.
I'm gonna
now.
send it to you right now.
Right
And you're going through what?
I'm doing Discord.
Okay.
This is what happens when two DMs play
Oh
at the
boy.
same table.
Right?
Oh boy.
Hey guys,
We're all DMs.
We're all dungeon masters. If you
This is true.
if you really think hard enough about it,
Next level.
it's nothing too crazy. It's just I know he has that.
You want the response?
Yeah, you can
out
get.
loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just hands that to you and be like, I want that.
Oh,
so
That's what I want.
need to know something else.
it's a cheeseburger.
Do you know how it occurred? How this illness took root?
No. It was a sudden onset.
Do you have any other physical indicators? So because what you listed here is great, but
Yeah.
you've also learned more information in time past. Have you added that?
I would say it's up like it is a constantly like kind of like how Darren always adds
Okay.
stuff to it. It is a up to date.
Okay, so
It is a well worn
Nope.
note.
from what you've described,
Yeah.
this was a toxin banned worldwide, due specifically for its punishment. It wasn't even death. It was death but denied its rest. It had already become, again, illegal and extremely rare when Ivarus and I began our travels together. And that was much further back than when I was entrapped. Because we traveled for about 150 years together before I was so rudely imprisoned.
Mm-hmm.
There is not an actual name for it, except for it is called Sleeping Beauty. Because it more or less preserves the person, but they're not going to be waking up. At least as far as we know.
Okay.
As far as I know. I would assume that this would have been figured out and cured by now. But if you're asking me about this, and if it is what I think it is,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much more I can tell you about it. It was already, shall we say, black market at my time.
Cool.
Is this something different than what we were poisoned with? Or is this
the same thing.
I don't know. It was updated list.
It would be, if
It would
you're
include that.
describing, it would be the same thing.
So then how did we not get stuck?
How did we not get got?
Yeah.
Divine. You were in divine magic within 24 hours. Your father was conventional means probably at first.
Okay.
Did you? Was the father comment above game or in game?
That's you.
Well, because this is all now pretty much above board at this
Yeah.
point. If you were infected with this and live, I have to imagine there's some amount of hope.
Well, yeah.
But with how long has he been like this?
Sometime.
Sometime, I assume, at least over a year, 5 years. What are we talking here?
Yeah, give or take. What did I say? It's like three and a half.
So, based off of that, I don't want to say there is no hope because obviously I knew of nobody that survived. Typically, it was one of those you hear of it and it's done. The fact that you had it and are not in that state is a good omen.
Okay.
But after 3 years, if there's been no such remedy, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Cool.
I was going to hand you the answers right away.
All right. Thank you. That's all I got.
I mean, gave you what I gave you.
No, I know he's good. No, he's just
Okay,
extremely frustrated and
Oh, yeah.
and pissed about it. So he's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like just standing off now. Cool. All right.
Okay. I was like, oh man, I made Tony mad at
No,
me.
Felix is just mad. Someone told you that Felix is mad. He's frustrated.
Darren, knowledge or item?
Well, like I said originally, I was very much about the knowledge. But I think it's more important to find it out on my own.
Okay. So she kind of reaches down and she picks out kind of looks like not even a knife. She hands you this. It is the High Surgeon's scalpel. So created by benevolent necromancers who study the mysteries of anatomy. When this scalpel can perform medical miracles in the hands of a skilled surgeon, when wielded as a weapon, the High Surgeon's scalpel counts as a magic dagger that deals 2d4 slashing.
Nice.
But if you attune, do you have medicine proficiency?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Gom Jabbar.
Okay. Well, then that doesn't really
Maybe
apply.
I have to check.
But I'll send it to you just for the sake, since it doesn't apply at the moment.
Okay.
It doesn't
Good
go.
at medicine.
But well, just because it would have given you advantage on all medicine checks, and there's a little bit extra perks to it.
Okay.
But I'll send that to you. I'll send all of these to you all. Well, I'm not surprised by your choice, but I understand it. 7.
Yes.
7. What would you like?
What do you know?
Well, as I told Ren, Ren, can I call you Ren too?
We're
We'll get
on
to
a
that
close
point.
basis at this point. I kind of delivered your child, so I think we're pretty close.
You can call me Lindy. Okay.
Andy.
Yes. It's kind of like Lindy, only with an E. Lindy. Okay. So I am able to sense things. Yvburs and I did a lot of traveling. When we were in the twin cities of Canith and Uxal, you know. And she's assuming a lot of this stuff. He was advising on a matter. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I kind of saw a sneak peek and saw something similar to you. I sense that the energy that they were playing with there was wild is derogatory in its usage. When I say wild, not that in and of itself is chaotic or anything. It's just that it's wild, as in we don't understand. I don't understand it. We didn't know. You give me the very faintest amount of vibes of that source. But again, I was usually playing in the taverns, and he was doing all the work. So you'd have to. Ooh, you can't ask him anymore.
I did talk to him a bit about my creation, and I was more curious if you would have known any additional information than him or not. But it seems, just with what you said, that he was more of the scholar in a way, and would have possibly have known more about me. So I think similar to O'Darren, it's been quite a journey discovering these things myself. I'll take an item.
Okay. She gives you a tooth, a golden tooth, that it is called Midas's molar. And whenever you bite a coin with it, it turns to gold.
Economy. Yay.
Now realize, though, it goes both ways. You bite a platinum, turns into gold.
Here's all the coppers. Yes.
I was just thinking, my mentality was, well, if he's hungry, at least it won't be a crappy treat. It'll be a good tasting one or something.
He'll be cursed to eat gold donuts.
Is it one per day?
Yeah. What if I bite a
So that means
person with this? They Midas touch to that extreme?
It literally says, you first of all, you must implant this tooth into your mouth fully and attune to it.
Sweet.
And attune to it.
Okay.
But once you do that, biting any coin with it will turn that coin into solid gold.
Okay. So
So
specifically.
your spare time is going to be biting coins.
Yeah.
You got 300 copper that we need to turn into gold.
You have an illegal mint machine. Just saying that.
Yeah.
800 copper. My
and
bad.
3,000.
Yeah, 3,000 silver.
Oh, your free time is just going to be biting, man.
I mean, I'm going to create a timetable. I'm literally probably going to clean a coin, find out how long it takes me to bite it, put it down, and put another one in mouth. And I'm going to create a table for how long you are going to take for you to bite.
Well, I mean, I
X
don't
amount of
necessarily
coins.
need to sleep. So
Yeah.
He does.
everybody else is on.
He needs
on
what,
shit.
4
They just-
hours?
they
That's
just
it.
say- yeah.
For Sentinel,
Like,
and
yeah.
then that's
I will
it.
say there's
like
a fancy
tink.
book that I would like to buy.
Seven's on guard, dude. Just
We need to talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Just tink, tink, tink.
Every time we go back to our tavern, you could just the tip jar, just bite it all and turn it into
Oh.
gold. To give one more
Oh
tip
my
jar.
god.
There you go.
Let's learn how to
Give
break
you a
this
single
economy.
gold
Genius.
We could be con men and just just sit down and be like,
Yeah.
like copper for your troubles, copper, and like
We're
stuff
going
like-
on Penn and Teller's Fool Us Medieval Edition. Figure out how I did this.
So we're gonna save all these ideas and
West
talk about
introduces
them
inflation.
later.
Yep.
You're gonna have all the donuts you want.
I'm gonna make the donuts.
We
Well,
can
yeah.
buy that spot
I could buy the spot
and
now.
open up. Yeah.
We already have 7-7.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So, first of all, if we don't mind, we're going to take this out of here. And she kind of politely, when you want somebody to leave your home because he's like, oh, getting late, you know.
We haven't
We're
done the
from the
Midwestern
Midwest, though,
goodbye.
so it's gonna take
Thermostat
forever
up
for us to
One more
leave.
time at the door.
Right?
And then we need to
Yeah.
say, well, it's getting
Oh, I'm
late.
sure, yeah, you guys have a long way. No,
Yeah.
she,
Like,
but
oh,
What you do is you crank the thermostat up so everybody feels stuffy and they want to go outside for fresh air.
Mist starts filling the room. No, she but yeah, you do kind of at that, she does kind of, she'll give, Ren a pet, Felix, she'll be like, all right, we're going to step out now and everything. Just
Real quick, Beakley did not get a choice
That is
for
true.
an item or knowledge.
I don't think we don't need to have him do knowledge.
perceptions. Out of Ren, Felix, and Banner.
As a nat 20.
18, so 21, I think 22.
You two catch as she put something in Ren's pack.
Does Ren notice that?
He's saying
But
nothing.
and ushers you guys out.
As we're leaving.
Beakley did not get a chance at an item or knowledge.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, Beakley has been here the entire time.
First of all,
Have a half-eaten donut.
apologies.
Shit.
They start having a conversation back and forth.
I'm gonna cast comprehend languages.
That'd be different than speak with animals, though.
Yeah.
Where's my dog? Oh, my dog out. What are they saying?
Oh.
Yo, you should have heard us, dog. So they're talking crazy, like. So he's asking where his ma and pa is.
Oh, no.
And then the dragon lady. Okay, she. No, are you legitimate?
No, I'm not legitimately throwing
please
out my
don't.
fucking dog. Be a waste.
But no, a full conversation starts to happen.
for that small interaction.
I'm still wearing that coat though.
But like she does pet Beakley and everything, and she finds just a little necklace, and honestly, it's nothing. It's just gold. Doesn't look like there's anything special about it. Just kind of places around it, and Beakley just kind of owl bear purrs.
Coos.
Coos.
Would be the correct term.
Coos. Up onto her, and then for kind of trotting out, like making sure that you hear the jingling of the
Hell
necklace.
yeah. You got a little metal.
But like
being such
because
a
the bear
hard
cub,
ass.
like you have to, the trotting is from side to side.
He waddles, yeah.
So, yeah.
Got some bling.
Do you
yeah.
chain hang low? The wobble too and
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Just thou chain. But yeah, so
Chain swing.
she kind of put you guys
Ushers us
out. And you're back in the sun. It's like, again, I apologize. It's just she turns back around and like motions and the doors just closed. Be like, you have to, just home security nowadays, you know. But so
You are a dragon after all.
oh yes, speaking of which, and she does now that she looked like she's been stretched out, you know, a little bit more warmed up to things, she does turn back into her full form. So from like length of tip, probably about 40 to 45 feet long, about 30 feet thick.
She's thick.
And you see
Mama.
she a thick mama. But you see her scales and everything, almost resembling feathers, do have like an iridescent glow. They go from like a bright orange to like almost a white to a blue at the tips and everything. Like I said, very feather-like in nature, although they are still scales. And she just, what next for your travels?
Before we kind of get to this point, I want to turn to Lehndrys and say, I'm not going to phrase this. Yipburus is gone. But as an interesting side note,
Owner.
he didn't have his horde with him.
No. We didn't at the time. My horde is now here.
I was going to say that you deserve that, but I'm just going to.
Yeah. Yeah, I've taken this. This is mine.
I thought the horde was the egg.
Oh, Darren's going to turn a little redder. Like.
Well, and just kind of behind the scenes, I mean, Ivberus is more like the city became his horde.
Yeah.
He was
That
tasked
makes
with protecting his
hoard people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was his
Metaphor.
essentially. But if
No, it's a real horde.
Yeah.
you
Real horde,
ever
yeah, it is.
do find yourself, how shall I phrase this? Well, I don't even know if it's the same name anymore because there's continents. To the west, there's a very large mountain range. And hopefully, if it's still there, amongst one of its taller peaks, Ivberus and I would run away sometimes to, if you ever could if you could imagine a dragon blushing, yeah.
Okay.
In fact,
Pound Town.
Oh,
so
Thanks for that.
while I now have what I need. I have a horde, quote unquote, but I have my child.
How long does it take for the egg to hatch?
It depends. Now, granted, it's been a long time. It'll probably take a long time as well before they will hatch.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Do you have any baby names picked out?
We did. But they don't seem to matter anymore. I think if it's a boy, though, I'll name him Lehndrys.
Nice.
Oh, Darren is going to reach in his bag for one final thing. He's going to take the rubbing of Lehndrys' name from his gravestone,
Okay.
and he's going to hand that to Lehndrys.
And just reaches out her massive claw and just kind of grips around it. Thank you. And she kind of even, I don't want to say she like pushes it onto the egg, but kind of like, kind of forms it a little bit so it's with it. So it is now one and the same. I do have to ask though, did something happen when he passed? Because I felt something,
So
but I knew that he passed.
he
He like bonded his knowledge to the village elder guy.
That's right.
Typical. Always helping people. Ugh, I don't get why. Well, sometimes I get it, I guess. But
and we created a tree where he passed. It's actually really beautiful.
where at?
Ash, the
underneath
Weeping
the
City.
underneath the Weeping City, yeah.
So Zaragos.
Oh. Okay.
It's technically under the city.
Yeah.
A day away.
You just go down. You just go down a.
Yeah.
Just a day away.
You go down the
day,
big
day and a
hole.
half away. Okay.
You go down the big hole. It's down there.
Oh, okay. Maybe one day I'll take my child there.
There you go.
So what's next for you all?
I feel like I want to go to Caneth myself. Just to discover more, but
Beautiful country. I mean, the surrounding lands. It's a beautiful country.
I think I remember a little. Have I, above table, had Seven actually been to Caneth before? 'Cause I remember you said like that was familiar at least with the name of the city, but I couldn't remember if you said like I had been there.
For you, though, it's more like stored archive data of the name Caneth.
So like a file.
So,
was found,
yeah.
You just don't remember actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
you're
in the
like, I
folder.
don't understand what these properties of this file is. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
But you know of the file. That's essentially kind of what's
Okay.
going on in your head. But no, when you were found, you were closer to near where Felix was, which was
Yeah,
more to
okay.
the east,
Okay. It's like
northeast.
I remember Caneth in a way, but I don't think I've been there.
You should go.
I'd like,
I'm not trying to spurn anything. I'm just like anywhere else that's nice to visit. You should go, especially if you feel drawn.
I guess it's one potential freebie knowledge from you. Do you have like a name for us? We're still deciding on that.
I
We're
actually have a lot of time to think of names,
yeah. Okay.
but none of them ever felt right. So no, I don't.
Okay. That might be our next step before we do anything else. I want us to
Beacon
be a name.
Blades. You never know.
Wasn't that one we already recommended?
Oh, well, see, then you've already heard mine. You don't need them again.
We need more.
She doesn't have any. Well, if I, in the future, if you ever do need somewhere to shelter, you always have here with me. If you ever need assistance, I can try. I can never promise. But are one of you able to reach me in some way, magically, or?
He can leave a fingernail, I think.
It's like leave a light on, leave a fingernail.
We'll leave a light on.
Tom Bodette.
Doesn't last as long as that would be.
And you're stone
say
only
no.
goes
That's interesting.
in the city.
Well, if you ever do, if you were to somehow get word, I might be able to assist if you ever need. Again, no promises. Can't promise that I wouldn't show up and just kill the people that you're helping because they screwed me over in some way, shape, or form in the past. But, you know,
At least you're honest, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Fair,
true.
fair enough.
I've lived too long, too old, and too balled up to not be honest nowadays.
Fair enough.
O'Darren is going to pull Felix to the side really fast. That toxin stuff.
Yeah.
I had some of that.
What are you talking about?
I was there. It's crazy.
When you guys went down, we went to Volstad
Mm-hmm.
to help you, but I had a sample of it. I gave it to the bookmaster.
Okay.
He had some of his blood too.
Yeah,
don't
there
think
was
I'm
some
hearing
mixed with blood. That might be helpful. We might be able to go back and see if there's been any progress on it, or even get the sample and study it if it's important.
Yeah. That's fair enough to say. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do. It's a good call.
And it could be on the way for 7.
On the way.
Idea.
I don't know either. Bad with directions. Just a thought, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
You said it's something that, like, you said your exact quote was something that I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be something that we're gonna do?
I mean, yeah, if that's what you guys want to do, that's true.
I do.
What about you guys? Ren, Banner, Alvin.
I'm coming with you.
Okay.
I think it's time to head out.
I think it's time.
at that, we're going to take a break real quick. So coming back to it, you are just leaving. We'll say that you're leaving Eleth Colleen. So you got some options for you. I mean, there is that little fishing town, not that far away. There is Volkstad to the south, southwest. Walk around the bay. I mean, the world is literally yours right now to open and create fast travels for. It is up to you.
Fast travels for
Create fast travel, fax travels. You put yourself in a box and you're sent.
The first thing that we should do is go take a nap in the inn.
Well, yeah, I think
Yeah.
the
Hey,
fishing village.
First
the
thing we should
inn.
do outside the front door. Hey, Ren, check your backpack, please.
Why?
She slipped something in.
She roofied your backpack.
Check it.
No. Okay, let me check.
Humor me, please. Just look in your backpack. Why would I try and joke
I
with
open
you?
my pack.
Okay, so
Bomb.
there's more than one artificer here today.
Where would that accent come from?
I don't know. I don't know what that accent was, but you best believe it's coming back. That's your BBEG. It's a Wisconsin. Okay. So there is a little package tucked into your pack, and inside of it there is kind of it is about yay long. It's like a little black cylinder. There is also, as you open it, the slippers that were not chosen were miniaturized and put inside of them. So there are slippers of spider climbing. There is a pair of glasses, bifocals, but they have 4 different. The glasses.
Spy Kids.
No, the glasses
National
from
Treasure.
National Treasure. Think like that.
Oh.
Only there's 2 lenses on each one.
Like Benjamin Franklin's.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a note, or there's just a hand scrolled thing. You open it and it looks like it's a little note. Again, this happened very quickly. Doesn't say who they're for or whatsoever. You were the closest person. Seems like when she was patting to get you all out, that's what she did. She just stuck them in there. The note itself speaks about a paladin who broke his oath to Brexana. And a little bit of a rumor of potentially like where they might have resided. That's as much as I can get because it is kind of like a Chinese fortune cookie kind of thing. Yeah.
Oathbreaker is in your immediate future.
But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it at the moment.
Interesting.
But yeah. That's what you find. But we'll say
So
da.
Going back.
Yep.
Is this black cylinder separate from what?
Yep. So it's about like that, and you're fiddling with it. You're just kind of like twiddling between the fingers. Not probably much longer than a cigarette, but not necessarily meaning to or not knowing what you did. It turns into that javelin that she had thrown. So
Dibs.
Yeah.
You got a gold tooth.
I didn't get a weapon.
this was not in your pack, sir. You're fine.
I don't have a
It
pack.
is up to Ren to do with as she decides.
Why didn't she slip me something?
She literally put something for you to put inside of your body from her.
She did give you something.
Whoa. She must really like me, man.
With enough chomping, you'll be able to afford buying that.
Oh,
off of
that's
Ren.
true.
Oh
We'll set up a
boy.
payment plan.
Oh boy. So we'll say that you guys are hunkering down and getting having your little thing, and you all go up a level.
Woo!
Yay, finally. You go up a level.
Yeah.
But yeah. So do you guys want to camp or do you want to go to the fishing village? Do you want to camp, or what do you want to do?
I think we're gonna
Yeah, I think we'll
sleep
go to
in
the inn.
beds.
Yeah.
Okay. So it takes about 2 hours for you to get back to the fishing village, fishing town, whatever you want to call it. It's not a fishery, is it? A fishery is just where.
A fishery is where it's like a dock.
That's
and
right,
like,
okay.
Yeah, they process fish.
Yep. But Yeah. So you guys, you want to go back to that inn that you initially met in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk in, and the moment Ren walks in, be like, no, 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 no. That's all. That's getting out. We don't want you here. No, thank you very much.
We had breakfast here earlier today, didn't we?
Today, no,
I thought that was today.
no.
What if we don't
no.
drink?
Yeah, I'm not here to drink.
Yeah.
I wish I was a Mike, so I could see me and Jack
I
just
can't get
looked at
drunk.
each other, and be like, yeah, it's fine. I guess it's okay.
That's when we walk in and we're like,
I only drink when I'm working. I'm not working. Right
we come back one more time and we find another one of these.
Oh God, kill it! And like
Nope,
pulls out a
nope.
hammer. Oh.
We're getting this out of town, but we gotta stay here tonight.
Okay, well, 1 gold apiece for a room.
My hands. I know it doesn't work yet. Never mind.
He's got to attune to it.
You know any nearby dentists?
Actually, I'm the resident dentist as well as tavern owner.
From now on, though, if somebody say, don't ever say to keep the change. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring all that back.
Yeah, no.
All the change.
That's right, all the tea.
Actually, wait a minute. Hey, can you break 1 gold for us? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Hey,
it.
do you want to try that on the 2 hours walk back? Do you want
I probably would have implanted the,
Yeah,
the
see,
teeth
I'm-
and like just.
Do you even have teeth?
That's a great question. I'm gonna at least.
That would have been a really cool
I
joke.
do now.
You have a mouth with no teeth and 1 tooth.
I have a tooth.
You look like an old miser.
He looks like an old prospector.
Yeah.
Here's
I'm probably gonna at
7
least,
goes from this to chocolate like this.
That's who the
with the
BBG
truth.
needs to be.
I'm gonna probably just at least plop it in. You said I have to like attune to it.
He tapes it to
You
the
have
inside.
to implant it into your body, into your mouth, and attune to it.
Okay.
During the long rest.
specified mouth because I don't trust.
During the
none of
long
them.
rest, I can install it.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Cool. Just go to ye old dentist.
Well, because you said that you've been eating things, so I assume that you have a function in order that you have a mouth hole that opens and closes.
Yeah,
Have a mouth.
I do, but like teeth is another issue.
That is
Like,
Well, I know.
true.
I realize that,
met,
but I mean,
met
like,
some people with mouths and no teeth.
well, no, I was just concerned we were like Iron Manning it, and there was like the most minimal of slits.
It just lights up
Yeah.
when he talks. Ooh, that'd be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
But if you stick
Bender.
the tooth in there and stick it into one of the vines,
Oh.
Like I said, I'll install it. It's
The little
fine.
vines tear it apart.
Gross.
So,
Let's worry about the logistics later.
right?
So yeah, you guys get your rooms, and I mean, I assume since you are comfortably sheltered and everything, do you guys want to keep watch or anything, or
No,
Yeah, you don't-
I'm taking a long rest.
Are you gonna look at all those items that you
Long
got?
rest.
I was gonna say before we all turn to bed, I go up to Seven's room and I roll under the door the black cylinder.
Okay.
You hear it?
so? Yeah, and like the moment it rolls out, it like it expands. It's almost like those like theater canes where you push the button and it pops
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
It's kind of sort of like that.
Wow. It's almost like that wand that I have that shoots flowers out of it. Is it made by the same guy?
This is a lot different.
Honey.
than a
Oh,
light up.
honey.
Yeah.
No. I would love you to put this on somebody's face and make it pop out. That'd be great.
Flowers?
But yeah, I will send it to you as well.
Thank
when
you.
it comes to slippers of spider climbing, there's the slippers of spider.
Yeah, you just put
climbing.
them on and you
Yeah.
start spider climbing.
So are you having somebody do identify, I assume, on these before you all go to
I
bed?
can identify.
I can too.
At least the slippers and glasses.
So the glasses are artificer goggles. When you found those, I need you roll me because there's no D3. Roll me a D6. If it's 1 and 4 would be the same. 2 and 5, and then 3 and 6.
There's D3s. What are you talking
Do you
about?
have one available?
No, mine's at home.
Okay, so roll me a D6.
Me or him?
You can
Oh,
use.
sorry, yeah, you.
Yeah, I was like, wait
Yeah.
a minute. I was like,
Because it's going to have 1 D3 minus 1 lenses. There are going to be lenses missing out of there. So go ahead and roll me a D6. If it's one, yeah, It's a 5. So
Five
it'd be
and
2 minus 1. So there is 1 lens. So there's like 3 empty spots. But lenses can be found, or after enough study, an artificer can make more. Once attuned, if infusion is allocated to the goggles, then with an action, you change from one lens to another. The goggles occupy your head slot. Each lens of the goggle replicates the effects of other uncommon magic. Each lens of the goggles replicates the effects of other uncommon magic items that affects vision. So can replicate like
See
eyes of
invisibility?
minute seeing, eyes of the eagle, goggles of night, eyes of charming. In order to make a lens, you would have to infuse replicate magic item with the type of item that you wish to make the lens for. And I may
know how to
add
do
or
that.
Take away things. Yeah, I may add things to your list. But once you have this, spend 1 week studying the goggles, or you have this once you spend 1 week studying the goggles. So infuse it, spend a week on it. At the end of the week, your understanding and replication allows you to imbue the effects into the lens. The new lens may now be added to the goggles. Even without lenses, the goggles are useful for any artificer. While wearing and attuned to the goggles, you remain aware of your surroundings even while you're asleep, and you have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight.
Can I have those?
I don't know. I thought I might dip and just become the group's artificer and make very useful magical items myself.
You do have
Yes,
you do have a
Felix.
crossbow.
Felix, you can have.
I appreciate it. Hey,
Yes, Pete.
good looking out.
The groups means you're
You're in your room, Seven.
I know.
This isn't a
He
conversation.
rolled a pop-up toothpick at you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's all connected.
God bless it.
I was more just like the therapist in me, and just like you're becoming cohesive with the group. You're accepting.
You
us
already
now.
said we were friends. That was enough.
She was the last one to leave the room, and Lendrys could reach.
Yeah,
There was
okay.
no hidden DM intent beyond that.
Too late.
I'm
He's
just,
lying.
Oh shit!
I am just happy that Ren is like being loving right now.
Friends always been loving. It's up to you to decide how that was.
Love comes in different forms.
Ooh.
You should know that.
So
Ooh.
I'm installing his tooth, by the way.
before we go
Yeah.
to bed, I am going to find Ren.
Oh,
And I'm going to say, Ren, when we were attacked on our way back to the city, you seemed like you knew that big bird.
It's very familiar, at least in the type. I'm not sure if it was the same bird I knew.
Well, I was just thinking the rest of us are going that way. Maybe you want to stick around for a little longer.
I mean, as long as you're still trying to get into your book, I think it's probably best for me to tag along because you're doing something that's incredibly stupid and dangerous.
Well, now I feel a little special.
There's the love.
all right.
Okay.
Ran
Open your
around,
mouth.
You just need to keep doing stupid things.
So
This attunement may hurt.
I'm going to keep doing stupid things.
No game.
Oh boy.
So
You hear some hammering.
King in the background hammering and a blowtorch.
Man, I just got.
I guess you'll be around for a while.
You're gonna feel a little bit of pressure.
Banner, are you up?
Probably.
Is this like
And
a?
I was going to ask, did you share that note with all of us, or did you read it yourself? I think we assumed.
I just briefly looked at it and closed it up, and then
Okay, good.
waited
Like a little
until we
house
got
I don't
back
know
to it.
anything about it. All right.
Good night, Ma. Good night, Paul.
They just go into your room. You scroll. I'm not sure if this pertains specifically to you, but I'm assuming.
I'll take it and read it. I assume it's in common, correct? Yeah. Interesting. Paladin who broke his oath. Is there any sort of dating on it or anything like that?
No, but you are very familiar with the myth. Just simply known by the Breaker of Oaths within your religion, that he had at one point. He did just that. He broke his oath against Brexana strictly because it wasn't for honor or glory that he sought battle, but for the thrill of killing. It didn't matter whether they were ally or enemy, age, gender, didn't matter to him. In addition to that, he'd obviously loot and take whatever he felt he wanted. But there's like any other legend, rumors that he traded his soul for immortality. A rumor that he actually became one of the lords of hell. Rumor that he killed Brexana, has actually been masquerading as her the entire time. There's a lot of myths and rumors around him. But generally, this guy kind of faded off. Just the killings, the murders, deaths, whatever you want to call them, just stopped all at once. And there's no clear indication as to why or where he went.
So what sort of time frame is it? I mean, is it within my lifetime? Within...
So because Lehndrys knows of it,
Oh,
it's
okay.
centuries old.
All right. That's kind of was my assumption. So, all right.
Yep. And the kind of the directions that was given on this fortune cookie kind of thing is kind of to the northwest of Igrenesia. There are a couple countries up there. There is plenty of mountain ranges. There's ancient ruin sites, just because a lot of scholars are in the northwest. There's a lot of sites up there for them. So take that as it will. I can get you kind of a list of well, if you look at the primer, there's a couple of countries there, but I can list them for everybody that's listening. And they'll be on your screen here. Dun, 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 fade away.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
I was like,
Thank
what
you,
screen?
Ren.
Discord and Facebook? Sorry. My bad.
But yeah.
I think that was for the...
Yeah, no, the people at home.
No, thank you, Ren. This is an amazing gift. For me, anyway. Appreciate it.
I mean, I think we should go back and thank Lindy at some point.
Oh, I think so.
You're welcome.
Lindy.
You're a first name. You're with a nickname basis with a dragon. They're not.
Lindy.
But yeah, so we'll say that your night goes honestly rather nice. No interruptions in sleep. I mean, even with you doing your meditation and with Seven in his sleep mode, I mean, you guys get a good restful sleep. Again, you go up the level. Yay!
Oh, I didn't hear. Did anybody claim the leather armor? There was like the leather armor
Yeah.
of haste or
Leather armor
something.
that makes you faster.
Makes you faster.
And we'll say that when you looked at it, you looked at that too. It says swift leather armor increases your movement speed by 10 feet.
Whoa.
I mean,
A
one,
halfling
it
rogue
probably
that
wouldn't
has
fit me
bow.
anyway. But two,
I mean,
with
I would say
with my level up, I became faster anyway. With that's additional 10 feet of movement.
I would assume the rogue would want to move faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I want that unclaimed.
I'm gonna dump that on.
I was gonna say
After
either that or the Spider-Man gloves because
Yeah.
he already climbs trees really well. So
Yeah, I already have the climbing
Spider-Man
feet.
loafers.
Loafers. Crocs.
Spider
Crocs.
Crocs.
Spider
Spider
Crocs.
Crocs.
Yep.
Gotta put them in sport mode.
yeah, you got to put them in sport mode. You got to flip them down.
After
It's just
Darren's-
webbing that you stretch out. So it comes down.
After,
Yeah.
Go
For sure.
Oh yeah,
Get
with the
the
crossbow.
That makes sense with the sniping.
Yeah. And I say I install this tooth
Yeah.
overnight.
Ching.
Now we're
squeak.
barbarian.
You
to
test
hit
it out and
people.
you bite it, and you bite it, and you're like, oh, and then like after a couple seconds, it's just, ching, you just, bang, just
Nice.
changes to gold.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
That's your job now.
All
A
right.
little delay effect on it.
Okay.
It's got to render.
Now,
Yeah,
What-
it has to render buffering.
Don't even
After-
talk to me about rendering times.
So
110, 140.
I'm doing like some experiments with this of like taking like a stack of like 5 copper coins and like biting the stack.
the one that touches the,
toppest.
tune gets it.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Turn them sideways.
Oh, sideways. Boom.
You can get like 2 or 3. Yeah.
There
Okay,
you go.
Well, that's still efficiency.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you've made your illegal minting machine even
Oh
better.
man, we're gonna ruin this economy. I'm warning you now.
What if I-
Hyperinflation? Yeah.
We're gonna flood the market with gold,
See,
guys.
like
Sure.
later in this campaign, I'm just gonna
Darren's
like
4 hours.
we can just fill. We'll just decorate the floor of 7-7 with gold coins.
boom.
And then we'll epoxy it.
Yeah, epoxy it exactly.
So after O'Darren's 4 hours, he's going to go back and read the book again.
Back to the lab again.
That's what he does. It's his routine at this point, especially when people aren't paying attention to him.
You are able to get a little. You're able to get a couple pages deeper into the book and understand it more. I will send that to you.
It's gonna get dangerous.
You guys wake up intermittently. Really no stress at the moment. Who's first come down? Calisthenics boy?
Probably.
Yeah.
To say.
Calisthenics boy. So come downstairs and a woman was by and left this saying it's for the people here, and gives you this nice little pack, just a little satchel and everything.
I'll open it. I kind of think I know who
So you turn
It's
away.
another
and,
bomb. It's another bomb.
a large tent and 2 smaller tents pop out with wooden seating. That just pop
Wow,
out.
nice.
It's literally like a pocket campsite.
What?
That's pretty cool.
And but
Unfortunately,
it
I opened this
essentially
inside,
it
right?
has the tiny hut spell cast on it as well.
Nice.
Cool.
So and it's kind of like when you start closing the satchel again is when everything just goes and just kind of sucks back in.
Nice.
And you notice that like the bottom of the tent is actually the satchel itself that is just unfolded, so it's
Smart.
kind of relatively easy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Clever.
Wow, cool.
Clever girl. But yeah. So
I'll take that back into my
that was
room and show
that,
it to
that was
everybody later.
terrifying to see.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty cool. But you rearrange my furniture. Put it back, please.
That's your exercise, is rearranging all the furniture.
It's like those auto inflated, like emergency life vest or whatever that just like, or like the boats that just inflate the entire room.
Yeah. And I will get that to you as
Is
well.
there like a note after the fact that I read that it's like, do not open indoors? Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was on the
No,
inside
there was
of
no
it.
afterthought. It's like Rookie of the Year. He peels back the piece on his glove. He's like, "Mom." That's what it was like. You peel it back. I'm like, "Lehndrys." I only was watching Rookie of the Year for the first time in forever. I love
Oh,
that
I
movie.
think meant for the first time. I was like,
For the first time. in
first
forever.
Fallout, and now this. Come on, man. At least you're trying to
What's the
rectify.
Goonies, by the way?
What?
Just kidding.
Stop.
Oh my
Just
God.
kidding. I hate the
There's
Goonies.
going to be a revolt.
I hate it. Anyway, so yeah, I do. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like Goonies.
It's okay. It's fine.
You all wake up intermittently. So that was like, oh, that's nice, but you do calisthenics anyway.
Yep.
You all coming downstairs, and Day's yours. What do you want to do?
Well, what do we want to do?
Head out.
Folkestad?
Sure. I mean, we can at least tell the representative that came along with us and stopped it in Volkstad, like, hey, mission accomplished. Like, we did it.
We did it.
We did it.
Dun, 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 dun.
We'll have a talk with our little bookmeister.
Yeah.
Oh, I will show everybody the gift that Lehndrys
Oh.
left us. So.
That's really
You are
nice
met
of
with
you.
accompanying oohs and ahs. Even the old woman that was terrified of you earlier that you first met, she goes, "Blimey, that's fantastic, it be." And then she just
Isn't it
keeps
though?
walking. Yeah.
Like Fable NPC.
Yeah, that really was. that had,
I love it.
Oh, wow.
Yay! You raise our taxes? Whoa!
take that, Michael Fassbender.
Man, at least you played that game.
Yeah, you played that game, but not Fallout. What are you doing?
Yeah. Come on, man.
God.
So you guys wake up and the scalpel that was given to Darren is embedded into
The
the
Dom
temple.
Jabbar strikes again.
Horror game. Boom.
Fantasy lobotomy.
Ooh, I'm gonna attune to that. I'm thinking about it.
God.
Oh.
You better start learning medicine.
Right.
Well, that's funny. You don't have to input.
Install.
It's like
Install.
it's
Thank
like
you.
RAM. Like
Yeah,
you
that's
just-
all it was.
there's like
It
a
was
little slot in
surprisingly
there,
easy.
You just
We'll
download.
go into Volstagg.
Yeah,
Get
just
another
download
book.
it.
Okay.
So you have plenty of time. You have about 3 days journey to Volkstad from there. So anything, if there is any attunements or anything you need to do along the way, you have plenty of time to do so.
We're gonna continue to use 7.
Yeah, I'm basically just converting coins on whatever.
He's
wagon.
just chomp. Yeah, so you better do
is
that
there a
math.
limit?
Yeah.
You better do that math,
Quick
sir.
math. Just, I mean, I have actual coins.
Stopwatch. Anybody? I would say pull out the stopwatch.
I'm going to say if you do not stop,
Uh-huh.
you'll be able to knock out approximately 40 coins a minute.
Is that doing
non-stopping?
Is that doing sideways too?
That is a single coin.
So
If
80.
you do 3 on its side in your mouth, yeah, you replicate that times 3. So
120.
120 gold coins.
Cool. How many?
wait, how large are we assuming the coins to be?
I don't know. You're the owner of this fantasy world. You hold the keys.
How big is your? Let me see the coin that you're flipping. That
It's like a
These ones?
yeah. Let me see those big ones that you're holding.
They're
Aren't there bigger ones?
yeah.
So well, because Will has some D coins.
He's got a big mouth.
I'm gonna say this is about right. No, I'll say this is about right. So it's about the size of a $50.
It looks like a Jackie Chan medallion.
Yeah, it's about the size of a $50. I'll say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So 120.
together.
Thank you.
120 gold coins.
yeah,
bud.
but you have to understand it has
sideways.
It has to touch the tooth
It has to touch the
So-
tooth. Yeah.
in some way,
Oh,
shape,
you're
or form.
talking widthwise.
Yeah.
So yeah. So he yeah.
Oh,
So
It's
he's-
like a molar. It's not just like
See
it's not like
3.
Yeah, I could see 3.
I thought you meant they.
yeah.
All right, so yeah, you can do
It's
like
still a two.
120 coins a minute. It's gonna take longer time than that for you to put 3 together, make sure they're all together. when
Well,
you do
we
that.
could do a line.
Yeah. They
like
can
somebody-
gather.
We got 3.
Wait, are we walking or are we in a wagon?
Hey, I'm saying somebody.
Okay,
yeah,
that's what I thought.
yeah,
Yeah,
we have
that's
the
what I thought.
wagon. I'm saying somebody else. I'm not going to sit there and set up.
Here's what I'm going to say: the amount of time it would take, because even if you are handed a stack of 3, keeping them flush enough that all 3 of them hit that, I'm going to say that you can do
I'd almost say 80 instead of 120 because that'd be
25 if you're trying to do a stack of 3, because it's easier for you to just pick up 1 and go over and over again. It's just a repetitive motion.
Sure.
But with 3, you're having to use dexterity with, well, not actual dexterity, but you're having to focus and keep them all
Sure.
together.
Sure.
So it's either 25 when you stack 3 together a minute, or it's 40 a minute if you
You're
is
saying like
still
25 pairs or just 25 coins?
25 pairs.
Okay. So
So it's still 75 coins.
Yeah, 75.
yeah, I had to pull a calculator out for that.
So
It's been a long day and it's been a long week. Trust
long
me.
day.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's gonna get worse,
Yeah.
kids.
I would say math. Is
Okay.
just- yeah.
Well, that
You want to break my economy? I'm gonna make you earn it.
yeah, that's fine. Okay. How many
we'll have
non?
it broke by next week. Don't worry, man.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't worry. Do not get
Yeah.
it twisted.
Wait, now there's
Volkstad
a
does not
traveling
know
band
what's
of
about to come to
mercenaries
that.
that have hordes of gold on them.
What? I thought you don't accept gold here.
No, it's just now there's targets.
Yeah. Oh,
What?
all right. How many non-gold
Did
coins?
he just
do we have?
scoff at me?
well,
Who?
No.
Did he just go
I'm
through when I said
3,800
targets?
The same person that kept trying to rib you last time.
3,800 here.
Okay.
That's a man.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do that math on your own time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah. Other than attuning to our stuff and studying notes.
I believe so. Give me a moment here. I will look that up.
It's like
I'm just gonna say for safety's sake, yes. Until I get it pulled up. I apologize.
Yeah, it's not going
Your chainmail definitely requires attunement.
And I will. Yeah. I
Yeah.
will attune
Yeah.
it.
Okay. What's next, kids?
It's less than an hour to do all of it. It's 50 minutes.
Maintaining. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So over a 3-day trip, we can guarantee that
Oh,
even
yeah.
at any pace, we can do it.
I could take a break.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Man,
Just sits in the back, lounging back, eating like it's great.
you're gonna see the fascinating shovel go out of business because they can't afford the inflation rates now. You've brought into and crushed a business. Congratulations. Just kidding.
Hey, I mean, part of my like B plot had been like understanding economics. So like, what
This has
better
come
way?
full circle.
What
We
better
have an
way to
unlimited-
understand
we have an
economics
unlimited
than to
money
cause the
cheat
Great
now.
Depression?
We basically are playing Sims and we just rosebudded, so we have tons of money
Yeah.
to build whatever fantasy tavern.
Listen,
We are the dire wolves of Wall Street.
we're getting back to Volstad,
boy.
and we're going shopping because why not?
No, it's been too close for our last shopping.
Hey, all I know is Ren's girlfriend's gonna lose it when we come in here with a money machine.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
We're not gonna tell them that we have a money. Hey, agreed. Nobody knows that we have a money machine. We just have a lot of money.
Wait, what?
And even then, we don't tell them we have a lot of money.
What machine? We got nothing.
Exactly.
You got to tell me that in explicit
I'm having
instructions.
a powwow as he's chomping gold.
Okay.
Hey, you don't let people know that you can chomp gold.
The magic shop has a special book. That's all I ask.
Okay.
We got you.
Let's
We
get
got
back.
you.
Let's get back to it.
Yeah. We're talking about how to.
broke your game, we're gonna get.
We have not,
Yeah.
hey, broken it yet.
But okay.
Continue.
So I need someone to roll me a d20 for the weather.
I got it.
Don't be
Weatherman.
so keen, everybody.
They don't want to.
19.
They don't want to be blamed.
19.
Yep.
It's a little bit humid today, a little bit muggy. There is a breeze every now and again. It helps to alleviate the smallest bit. But it is almost annoying seeing Seven maintain his constant speed and rate of converting coins while you are sitting there just feeling oppressed by this mugginess and this humidity. You're like,
You just keep hearing a tink.
That's more than what. That's more than anything what annoys you for the next like hour or so ever it takes him to do it.
Small price to pay.
But
Small price to pay.
You guys are all sweating. I'm still wearing the
He doesn't. Yeah,
owlbear coat.
the owlbear coat. Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah. Someone else give me a perception check.
I was going to say, keep our eyes peeled for the owl bear that was following us before.
There's an owl bear before you.
Perception, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, especially for anything else that's purple following us.
Oh, just straight 5. I didn't
Are
realize.
you purple?
Straight
Oh
five.
shit! Really? You're actually purple? I didn't know like full purple. I meant the purple from the rock and the stuff that attacked us. You're not that purple. You're okay, but there's a difference between like Grimace
More
and
lavenderish, or
another purple thing.
And the count
It looks really good.
Oh,
The count is purple. He's like a
from
mawve.
Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's different
Yeah.
shades of purple, my guy.
No, he's closer to a lavender purple.
Yeah, that's true. Not a
I
mauve.
was thinking like
Mauve's more
periwinkle.
deep.
You
Periwinkle.
lost me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know colors.
I don't know colors. Oh, my poor
We're
sweet
men.
baby.
We know, rainbow colors. That's it.
Yeah, we know the four primary.
Wes doesn't see colors.
I
Wes doesn't
see
see
hues. No, just kidding. Like Hugh Jackman and Hugh Laurie
Oh man.
walked into it. Okay, so yeah, you don't see anything. Maybe yeah, you're just. I just want this day to be over, and yeah, we'll say it gets near nighttime. You guys want to pop out the?
Yeah.
Yeah, show us this tent.
He whips it out, and
And then the tent comes up.
Wow,
He's pitching a tent.
you pitched a tent.
He was pitching a tent, and then it pops up.
that's why I checked that explicit content box.
I
Hey,
thought it was because you kept cursing.
It was.
This
But now
tent-
it's changed that we're perverts because I haven't cursed at once this entire episode.
Yeah.
this
Damn it.
tent.
No.
Our cleric is a pervert.
Hey, we talked about this last time.
This tent is more of a grower and not a shower.
Oh, is it out now?
Is it
Is
erected?
everybody
It
done
is
yet?
erect. It is
Okay.
erected. Yes.
Make sure you zip it up.
So
All right,
it
that's
is.
That's it.
Ooh, buddy. But oh god, stuff.
All right, that's it. Hey, we cut it.
insanity.
Hey, we did it, guys. Enough digits. Yeah, I know. That's yeah. Hey, wrap it up. Come on.
Okay. So
Keep it
You
safe.
pop out the camp. It is set. The only thing that is lacking is a fire. So if y'all need to make a fire, do so.
We're still just. We're
I'm
still.
trying not to give you jokes
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
that's the big problem. I mean, we're still along the main road. Like, there's still guards and stuff like usual, right? Nothing's changed. I
So
I
say
wanted to
nothing's
state that.
changed compared to the last time that you were. So you did see that they had increased the patrols, and that's the same here as opposed to before when you were originally going to Zaragos. It was about one every 3 hours or so. This is two every hour.
Okay, that's why I would say I wanted to ask that before anything. So there is increased patrols.
Duh.
Cool. Duh.
And the camping supplies has the tiny hut.
Protection over. Yep.
spell.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's nice and comfortable in here.
Yeah, it's got tons of room.
It's bigger on the inside.
Yeah, but we still need to like. Well, actually, yeah. I was gonna say we just need to make sure that's all set. We have stuff for fire, right?
Can somebody cast fireball?
I mean, you got an axe.
Or we can use
I wouldn't start a
prestidigitation
forest fire.
Oh,
to light some logs because that's what it's for.
Is it?
Yeah, prestidigitation can be used to light a campfire. Pretty certain.
Makes
Now I
the
have to
create
look.
bonfire spell
I
completely.
was gonna say
obsolete.
bonfire. I was like, I thought that's what
Why would
bonfire
I take
was
that at a
for.
higher level when I got prestidigitation?
For show.
Now
for
I
show.
have to look.
Because I thought prestidigitation lights a candle or snuffs a candle. There's a difference between a candle and a fire.
You instantaneously light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
Whoa! Then what's the point of bonfire? Well, bonfire's bigger, but
We want
it
a
takes up
big
a 5.
bonfire.
A bonfire takes up a 5-foot square.
We
so-
want to waste a spell slot on it. That's how big of a campfire.
Well,
We can attack people with great bonfire. You can't attack people with present.
no, but you can with produce flame.
Yeah.
Which is still like a little fire. It's
I
all
wanna
right.
create a bonfire inside of an enemy.
That's like
Where-
the shape water
Yep.
in somebody's mouth
I think
or
if you
web.
start a campfire and throw the
cast
stick at
web
someone,
in
it'll
somebody's
hurt 'em.
mouth.
it's a bonfire.
So,
Turn
who's
the
got
lights
watches?
out.
I mean, I don't even need to do a watch now that I have those goggles. So
I'll take first.
I'm just kidding. But I'll still do a
Who's on
watch.
first? Okay.
I'll take first with them.
Second.
I'll do sec.
Take last.
Okay. So who else is going to be on? I need. If you want, you don't have to.
Second and third.
I need second and third. Yeah.
Take first. Oh, second. That's fine.
So everyone falls asleep except for Tony, or sorry, 7. I was looking at you and I was saying it.
Sounds like,
7.
not
I had
only
a
is the
brain
character
fart.
name wrong, but
Yeah.
also the order
For
is
7
wrong.
and Eldon. Can I have perception checks?
Nat 20.
Oh!
Ooh.
If I wasn't asleep, I'd snap that shot.
8.
You just wake
I
up.
was about to say it's also.
So
Oh,
Like a pin click.
it's really comfortable in here, Eldon. It's a nice little fire. It's nice. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's just right. So because you're so entranced with how nice this is, you're really not paying all that much of attention. 7.
Mhm.
You are keeping keen attention. And what you realize is that the guards are still maintaining at an hour. There's no change.
Even at night, nice.
That's what you see with your nat 20. But there's more.
Okay.
You hear one of the horses poop as they pass by you.
Ah. Ah.
Very familiar plop.
Yeah.
Very familiar plot.
Yeah. Oh. We have
It's
horses.
it's the same horse that you've heard before. You remembered it.
Can you tell if the horse has any digestive issues? Or?
It's got worms.
Oh man.
Do horses get worms?
Yeah.
Yeah, they get worms.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
So,
It's fantasy horses. They can have worms.
it's fantasy worms.
Yeah.
they're purple worms.
Ah.
And roll for initiative.
I feel bad for that horse.
Enemies nearby.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Stay in the tiny hut.
But yeah, no, nothing fantastical. Like every now and again, you'll hear like a coyote or a wolf howl in a distance away, but that's it. Other than that, you just hear. Excuse me. Oh, are you on there? You'll hear just the crackling of the fire, chirping of crickets and everything. Nothing crazy. Second shift.
Hey,
You are up. So Banner and Felix.
Hey.
Should have called you Seb.
Whoop.
Ooh.
You get advantage.
Might be a
Yeah, I do.
9.
That's great. I needed that.
-1.
Well, that's a little bit better. 7.
9.
What's up?
The mighty 9.
They see nothing.
We're both
So
just
you guys,
we're both just caught up in our own stuff.
Change your shift. You let him know about the worms.
Poop. He would too. I
Um,
heard a horse poop. Great. That's great. Thanks, man.
Right over there.
That's yeah,
So that's how I would
thanks.
tell you.
You wanna chat?
I mean, it's a little chilly. I mean, but you're in the tiny hut, so like when you go back within the little, you don't know if you walk around or anything,
Oh, yeah.
but if you were to, you go back in. It's just comfy, cozy again. Nothing, again, nothing fantastical. About every hour, the guard passes. So now we're past midnight. We're more into like the early hours in the morn. So third shift. Roll me initiative, or not initiative. Roll me initiative. Man, my brain is dead.
He's ready to fight, man. That's scary.
It's fighting weights.
Let's say.
I skipped a page. No, I'm kidding. Oh God. 5. Fantastic.
Looking for my perception.
Doing really well.
Oh, boy.
23.
Whoa.
All right. Well, then you see it coming at you. A bug.
It just hits the tiny.
It does. I was gonna say it hits a tiny bug. No, but in this instance, in this hours, there is the flickers of the fire. It's slowly starting to die. There's some embers still in there. When you're looking out, you see a pair of glowing eyes, which, if I'm not mistaken, you had seen them last time when you were on your watch of the owl bear.
I think so.
And this time it seems a little bit closer than it was previously. It's not doing anything. It's just looking at you, and then the head just again kind of comes back up and kind of surveys around a little before it retracts and walks back into the dark. But you do know that it kind of stopped turning towards the Beakley direction and comes back down and walks away.
Do owlbears
gonna
have a god?
Point that out to Ren.
That's a really good question.
Just
Are we gonna have to kill an owlbear god?
It's doing a wellness check. Is he still alive? He's all right? All right.
We will move him. But other than that, nothing. It's just strangely enough, the same owl bear, and you could tell from some of the coloration, it's the same owl bear.
Weird.
Significantly closer.
What?
Druid check.
You wake up and you're all still in one piece.
Be so bad if it was a family of druids that we killed.
Yeah,
and it's actually just a kid. Oh no, Wes! Oh no, Wes!
He doesn't know how to get
He
out.
doesn't know how to get out.
Oh,
He's in too
man.
deep. We're always around him. And if he turns into a human, he's
His
afraid
name's
that we'll
actually
kill him.
like Sebastian or something like that.
He's
You
like a
forced him to kill.
he's a druid prince.
I gave him donuts.
In what way does that make things fair?
Fair
Okay,
trade.
day number 2 traveling. Who's gonna give me a weather check?
Listen to that crispy audio.
Nat 20.
Nice. It's
It
a
is
tempest.
perfect.
No, I'm
Makes it
kidding.
on with
It's a perfect. Hey,
No.
you never know.
No, it is fair weather. You got a nice little breeze to your back. Like
Sunny
still a
and
little bit muggy.
72.
Yeah, I would say actually probably closer to like 77, 78 with the mugginess still kind of lingering, but there's more of a breeze.
Beautiful.
Not so bad. Cloudless sky though. Cloudless sky. So beautiful and blue. At one point during this day though, there is 2 guards that come up kind of traveling next to you. One of them wearing a little is it homme de plume? What's the thing that comes out of that?
It's a plume.
Yeah.
Plume. Not nom de plume, a plume.
Just
A
Homme de plume's a flower. A plume. And on their chests, you see one symbol of Divian, which is the rose, and then the other one you do see. I apologize. The symbol of Zaxtius, the god of order, and it's the one with the plume that has Zaxtius on his chest. You wouldn't happen to be the group that the archpriest met a couple weeks ago, eh?
Produce the little pin emblem thing.
Oh, the
He looks
pendant.
over, I told you it was them. I told you. Or so you all.
Wait, we have
Oh,
bodily
no.
descriptions now. Is that like you just saw us and you knew?
Well, it's kind of that one, and he like points at like Seven's like he's kind of a giveaway.
It's not looking good, guys.
Is there like a
Bring it
colloquial name that's being ran through the newspapers about like this is who this group is?
Yeah. So the eyes in the darkness is who you've been dealing with. So you've been called the blindfolds because you've been closing their eyes.
Oh
But
god.
that's just amongst me and the guys in the
We gotta,
barracks.
yeah, we
Not
gotta
like the
change
higher ups,
that.
like-
we gotta fix that.
We got to think of something fast,
So-
unfortunately.
so,
yeah.
We need to get ahead of this.
Yes.
I told you they wouldn't like it.
We don't.
And the other
Hey,
guy is like,
Uh.
man, okay.
I mean, nothing against you guys, but then again, we can't think of a name either. So
Yeah.
Oh, so you got a chance? And he's like, oh yeah, I do. You just kind of perks right up.
So
Eddie,
what do you need?
First off, can you sign this parchment for me?
Well, what's it say?
It's blank. I just want your autographs.
1 copper.
Oh.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Here you go. Here you go.
Thanks. Hey, here you go. Hold on to this. Cool. I'll do a little Herbie hand. I'll do a little Herbie
Sure,
Hancock
we'll
on
sign.
it. I'll do a little Herbie Hancock
Herbie
on it.
Hancock,
I'll
nice.
pass it around.
I got the
I don't know if I know how to write, but
That's a good question. Do you know how to write?
I understand languages, but there's a difference between understanding it and writing it.
I'll,
So I probably just like do a little scribble.
he does a little doodle.
Yeah.
It's two. Hey, it's 2 lines.
know
Listen,
what?
it's 2 lines. 1 across, 1 diagonal.
I etch like I like draw
Seven.
like a rough picture of my face.
The one that you used
why don't
when
we
you
just
made
teach
your
him the
in
number
back in
7?
Zrago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a printer sound too. Just
I do it line by line.
yeah, for that perfect audio for you.
Thank you. The actual, we were told a couple of us captains that if we were to see you, that if you were available, the archpriest would like to speak to you. You don't have to. You're not under any sort of pressure by any means. But he said that you would know what he was alluding to.
Oh man,
Yep.
political intrigue. All right.
I don't. Okay.
We're heading back to the city.
Yeah,
anyway.
we're heading there now.
Oh, can we travel with you? It'd be pretty cool. I mean, when you guys stop and everything, we'll keep going and everything. But it'd be kind of cool. Just kind of.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
fine. What's your names?
Oh, my name is Edmund, and this guy's Toby. Hi, I'm Toby.
You had that locked and loaded, man. You
Nah,
were trying to trip him up.
He knows. He knows.
I literally have the list right here.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Do you need to see it?
No, it's fine.
Here, Toby can carry my heavy crossbow.
The
It, like almost falls off the
The
horse.
actual heavy crossbow of Ren.
I got it, like barely keeping it up enough. Like the bolt is pointing down. He's barely able to do it. All right. So he just starts traveling with you guys. So what brings you guys all together? Like you got to have like a common thing, right?
Not particularly anymore.
Magic.
Man, storytellers you are.
Perceived obligations.
Oh, tell me about it. I tell you, me, Mrs. She just would not get off my back until I joined the guard. And I was like, you know what, honey, I really don't want to, Mildred. But come on, you need to. And I'm like, oh, fine. So that was the conversation. There really wasn't much of convincing needed.
What did you and Mildred meet? Why are you still together?
So
As we pan out to a picture of the map in our wagon going across a dotted trail with some montage music.
Doing a little loop.
Yeah, doing a little loop like do 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 do. Yep, like that.
So she was actually a wash maid, and I was a stall boy. And I saw her out one day, and I was just covered in horse filth. And you note it by the distinct plot. And and her father didn't think that she should be with a man who was covered in horse crap all the time. And I said, sir, you're right. So I got a different job. I then started sweeping up this one shop, and I was terrible at it. I left dirt everywhere. So I came a jack of all trades, not even a journeyman, and none. And over time, she saw how much that I appreciated her. Oh, my Mildred, she's beautiful. I mean, she's a solid 6. She's beautiful. But it's out of a 1 to 5 scale. Do you guys not use 5?
That was a turn of events. Yeah, that was.
Oh,
No, keep
Wow,
going. Keep
wow,
going.
rude,
This is
rude.
fascinating.
Anyway, so he
your scale.
recounts his
There might
entire
be a
thing.
cultural difference.
Yeah, we have a scale of 1 to 10.
That's setting the bar pretty high.
So that'd be like an 11.
Sure. She's an 11.
Well, we've got a 7. So
But on a scale of 1 to 10,
I have
seven.
a few areas to work on.
Seven's
Don't
passing.
let them
Apparently,
talk you
the scale's
down. You're
1 to
at
5.
least an 8. At least an 8.
He's a grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
Toby speaks up. Same. You want to play this game? I'll play.
I didn't say it. Well,
So
I did
over the
earlier, I
course
guess.
of-
You did say it.
you want to see a grower? Wait
Put
till
it
we make
away.
camp.
I need somebody to do perception and give with disadvantage because you're being mind-numbingly bored
I got it.
by these two.
That's a 21.
Well, it was a 21.
That's a 9.
Oh, is it time to make camp already?
You welcome the fact that it is nighttime. It's like, we gotta pull up.
Oh, hey, look, sorry. Here's our exit.
Yeah, thank you. You know, you're really salt of the earth people. Really salt of the earth. Yeah, you're pretty cool and all, but they keep going. See you in town, maybe.
So, as we're talking with them, though, I notice he's wearing a plume.
Mhm.
Does he strike us as somebody who might wear a plume, be someone of importance?
You have seen other guards in town, especially now that you know specifically more about Zaxtias having been inside of their temple.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a step, barely a step above a regular soldier. But there were more beautiful headdresses and whatnot amongst other guards nearer to the archpriest.
Right, but would he fit kind of our ideal of what an officer might be? He seems
Yeah.
maybe a little. I
He
don't
knows some stuff. I mean, you asked about his life, and he just really went off on his life. But yeah, he seems like he knows stuff.
So he's on the up and up. That's basically what he's
yeah.
trying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The other guy probably not
Because
so
if
much.
these guys are going on ahead and we get ambushed,
He's warning them
That's-
clearly that we're camping for the night. Yeah. No, I got you.
Okay.
I see what you're stepping in.
Okay.
all right.
yeah, horse crap.
Pooping horses. Yeah. No, we got
There's
it.
at one point that he pulls to say, he's like, "Whoa, that is a big one," and he just keeps going.
And there's worms.
Oh, yeah. That's Mike's horse over there. I just got the generic names now. I saved the good names for other people.
I would say you're already starting to run out. We got
Mike.
Toby
Oh, no, I got
and Mike.
great
Toby
stuff.
and Mike
But
and-
Yeah.
you guys stop for a second night. Same shifts or change up or what are we doing?
If it ain't
Last,
I guess I'll go first then.
first,
I was my
first.
same, so I'll go with
First.
you.
I'll do the same.
second. Okay.
I don't know where I'm at.
I don't know either.
I think you
Said
were
yeah.
last. Oh.
Last. Yep. So 7 and Felix. Give me a perception check.
It's gonna be way better now.
Ooh.
19.
Nope, that is not. Thank God for that advantage. 10.
Woo.
I'm just too focused on these goggles, man. I'm telling you.
I got a 19 on mine.
The beginning of the night. So I mean, you guys are. The others have just turned in, so we're talking. I don't know, maybe like 10, 11 or so, maybe if not a little bit sooner than that. You do hear some rustling amongst trees, but it doesn't sound like anything necessarily large. I say large in comparison to like you were told about an owlbear. Doesn't necessarily sound like an owlbear. It sounds like probably there's some game, maybe a deer or something frolicking about. Until you do faintly, I'm gonna say even with that roll, still faintly, you hear like the flapping of wings, like a little bit off in the distance. Doesn't seem to get any louder. It's faint when it comes in, and it's faint going out. But you do hear those big, thick flapping of wings.
Mm.
Aside from that, anything else on your watch?
Keep working on my stuff.
Watch number 2. Give me your rolls. I think that's gonna be yeah.
8.
None. Second shift
That
again.
second shift is not-
setting the bar. But
It's the
Yeah.
worst shift.
I mean, you warn of the flapping.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would say something.
I mean, not notice anything, and like even picking out, it's not so much that there isn't nothing to hear. It's just that there doesn't, or not that there is something
Something
to hear. It
stands
just
out.
seems that it's all the same kind of nightly noises. Horses passing by with guards. The following guards not being any that have a plume, just regular guards.
They get the day shift.
But anything else before your watch is over? Okay,
I think so.
final watch. You hear singing and people disappear. No, I'm kidding. They were talking about a false Hydra when they came in.
Rolled a natural 19.
So 24.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are keenly aware, just because of the previous night's events, and you are focused a little bit more what would be northeast of you, because that's the direction that you're coming from, and that's where the owlbear was. So paying a little bit more attention to that. You don't say anything or hear anything. At one point, you think you hear flapping that might be reminiscent of that, but it doesn't sound like the heavy, like, it's more like the quicker, like, so maybe something got scared out of a tree or something. I don't know, but you tracked it either way because you were told there was flapping, and this is flapping. So you paid attention to it, but nothing occurs over your watch. And so get to the anything else before your watch is over?
Just the usual.
Wake up, calisthenics.
Yep.
Whatever your morning stuff is, converting that copper to coin, whatever that is. I assume like you're starting to do tricks with it now. You're like trying to do the whole like
Bouncing
I
coins.
don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's make a wooden coin. Can you convert that?
Oh yeah. If it just says coin. Ooh. Oh no. If it just says coin. No, it just says coin. It does not say metal
I
coin.
think this actually brings up a really good point. Do the individual coinage of copper and silver and gold have different
I wondered.
mints on them? Like, do they have different
Imprint.
emblems on them?
No one bothered to look.
Don't give him. That's true, but
No
don't.
one bothered to look.
Would
I'm looking now.
There are distinct different markings on each of the coins.
Oh,
So
Clearly,
platinums have an image of the current High King on them. Golds typically have the kind of the symbol of the city state. So in this case would be Egrenesia. And then kind of going down from there, it's kind of like notable landmarks. Silver looks like the pinwheel of what Volkstad is. It's just broken up into its sections. And then copper is just, it literally is just a copper
Peasant.
piece. Yeah,
I mean, besides that, it's still that weight of real gold.
correct.
So it still has a value. It just isn't minted.
And gold melts at a low
We're
temperature.
gonna be arrested as counterfeiters.
yeah.
Well, they would test it and be like, "Oh, it's real gold."
Maybe.
Catch me
we
if
hope.
you can, medieval edition.
Yeah. That or the other way is if you give them a stack of gold, you
Explain
just
when
make
I
sure
keep
that
them
regular
separate.
real gold are on top. So when they look at it, they just assume that the whole stack is that. That's how
At least for
counterfeiters
now,
work.
keep it separate from our.
From our actual, well, I can't say actual gold. From our minted gold. Yes, that is correct. Gold is gold.
We should have mentioned that before he threw them all into a pile.
Well, but we should check though if he can bite a coin made of wood.
Well,
We need a whip.
We'll say that you attempt it and you bite into it, and nothing happens.
Dang it.
probably has to be a coin, minted coin in some way.
Did it have to be like?
I think we have to, as a group, conceptually believe what you're biting into is a coin.
Oh,
Or we need to
I'm gonna
find
believe
we need to find a culture. We need to find a culture that's coin is just different than what it is.
Like leaves.
Yeah, or bottle caps.
Mm.
Well,
yeah.
in Fallout.
Or maybe it's just the idea.
What's that
of-
reference to?
Maybe it's just the idea of what a coin was for the person who made the magic item.
Man, this is philosophical. Let's just keep going.
Yeah. Your tooth falls out and you lose it on the road.
Beans.
Terribly.
Beans.
It falls out. It is a flat Earth situation. Like it falls out, hits the Earth, and suddenly just starts spreading. Like,
The Earth, yeah, because the Earth's a cool. Oh no,
yeah.
we didn't think about
if
this.
the Earth had an iron core, it is metal. Like
Will is inside shaking his head.
he's like, no, it's round.
As you continue your travel, I need someone to give me a travel.
So I did want to say, in terms of Volkstadt, I was thinking of myself of going back there anyway and getting involved in the political intrigue. Is that? I know, Ren, you're not.
I'm assuming when we go there, it's going to be more than a day in, and I think we're going to be there for. I wouldn't say a while. Whoa.
Well, but that doesn't mean we get involved in it. But
Are you saying you want to get involved in it?
personally, I want to, but
It seems like if they're looking for us, I think the choice is going to start getting made for us.
Just see where the poison thing
All right.
is at.
all right. I just didn't want to make any decisions or whatever that involved the rest of you, if you specifically wanted to avoid it. And again, I'm looking at you, Ren, more than the others.
I just didn't see this political intrigue. No, like why does it matter to us?
A plot line. Yeah, no.
Well, it matters more to me because I am a priest and I am a follower of my God. I don't like what
It's now a full-time job. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think following the god of, war, whatever, you can kind of do that wherever.
I mean, there's conflict everywhere.
Yeah.
right, but I want to help.
This
Stop.
particular thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, there might be
But,
another
Again, that's
Volkstadt.
me.
There might be another settlement along the way that needs your help.
Okay, cool. So I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10.
Wes, that's a Fallout reference.
I wasn't going to take it there. But
I hear it's as good. It's just like Fortnite, from what I hear.
I'm done.
I rolled
Oh,
a 10.
Yeah, play this.
I rolled a
game.
10 for weather.
Yeah, so
What does a 10 for weather give us?
so it's still a little bit clearer because it's just a random list of weather.
Thank you for parting the kimono for us.
The kimono has been parted.
Parting the kimono, letting us see under there, under the hood. Continue.
It's actually a tornado. I'm just kidding. No, so it is a little bit. It's still clear out. The mugginess, humidity of the last 2 days, and the stuff that was still kind of hanging around yesterday is gone. But there are some pockets of clouds, kind of like how you can see it's raining off in the distance. You got that going on across the plains and everything. But kind of over the bay, there seems to be a significant thundercloud going on. You just every now and again you see, because you're traveling along a bay. You see the lightning, after a couple of seconds, then you hear that rumble. Any gauge of people that do the whole see the lightning, then count how long. It's miles away still, but it's still kind of just hanging out over the bay.
Down by the bay.
Where the watermelons grow, which is ironic because there's a watermelon farm that you pass by at this moment.
What?
As you see the walls of Volkstadt starting to raise before you. And we'll say you are coming up to those city gates again, and there's where we will stop it for tonight. So if you haven't already, go ahead and level up. I will send you your items. No, you level. No, the one. Just the one. So I'm adding 14 levels of whatever the hell I choose, and you're gonna deal with it. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening in and playing with us, and we'll see you next time. Until then, it's 5 to Places.
Bye.
Thanks, places.
Bye, everybody.
Yet another production of D&D and yet another period of waiting until we continue this story. Thank you for being our audience today, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, it's 5 to Places. And thank you for listening to Adventures Till the Curtain Calls.